cigarette.
Whomst would like to give the recap? Man.
Last week, these guys spent like 2 hours interrogating a guy and did it really badly, and then killed him. And then I spent like an hour with Buck, and he was so chill.
I spent an hour with Buck. Oh, man.
He had a real poet spirit.
It's what's on the inside that counts.
He had a real poet spirit.
He's more or less a helmet-on person.
Yeah, that's what he is. Anyway.
WorkinJoe
WorkinJoe's going to be late, so we're going to go ahead and get started without him. We will pick right back up with the blizzard having lifted, and you continuing your march, and essentially setting up for your assault and the roleplay around that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excelente.
Let me take you guys to the map.
One day I'm gonna miss this map.
It's a really good map. I think she did a really good job.
It is a
on
good
it.
map. Like right now I'm sick of it, but I know for a fact that in a couple of years from now or a couple of months from now, I will miss this map.
You're sick of it? Okay. Well, what?
I mean, it's like paperwork, you know. I don't hate it, but I'm seeing it a lot, so you know, I will miss it though in time. I will miss it.
One day I will look back and go, I missed this.
Yes.
It's like
yes, that
eating
was
too much of your favorite food.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that was one how. Oh, the times.
Too many chicken nuggets. Alrighty.
You see that region? It is white. We nearly freeze to death.
That's you guys remember that time we went there and almost froze to death? That was a good time right there.
Remember that time? We spent 2 hours deciding if she moved leftwards, upwards, or to the water when we already know we're going to the water and we still talk about 2 hours.
Yes.
Good
Because we're productive with our time here at Brass Tacks.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Forest clean if you give us the opportunity.
So, lots of stuff to talk about today, and that is how you will go about this assault. So, as you made your way up successfully around the rear of their backline fort, Janice will prepare a battle plan for you.
So got Janice.
Alright, let me get this NPC out. Let's put her up on the board so that chat knows who's talking to you guys.
She looks like she's going to hit him with the fucking you-know-nothing Jon Snow.
Give me 2 seconds.
You can have 3.
Take 4.
4.
Yeah, is that a falchion?
Whatever it is, I wonder
wanna
if
know.
she's small or like it's big. I don't know. It's like
Alright.
proportions on it.
That looks like a falchion.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a falchion.
Her weapon is a falchion.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember that shit from Aragon.
Aragon? Damn.
Yeah, it was a really good sword broke, so we had to get a replacement.
Mm-hmm. Been using a messer recently. It's fun.
Man, I should scrub my brain out with bleach.
Crush my top with a rock, I must.
Maximum pain I must endure.
I must do it.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to adjust the map.
Here we go.
Alright, so Janice will prepare a combat doctrine for you. You will see that there are different avenues of suggested approach and different methodologies that you can choose to go about this. So, the fortress itself lies etched into the mountainside, as many of the forts in this area are, using the natural terrain around them and to reinforce them. Any side that is combined with the mountain is basically considered impassable and impregnable, other than using natural tunnels and digging through the side of them, which would take a tremendous amount of time. So, in response to this particular conundrum, Janice has provided several avenues of attack, several avenues of harassment, and what she believes to be the most potent plan of victory. Because you have not spared any expense on your combat engineers, Janice's plan is as such. To keep in mind, you are the commanders. You don't have to do her plan. You can make changes to it if you'd like, but this is what you start with, based off of the money that you spent on her. You paid for her, so you're getting it. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alright.
Please treat us well, Senpai.
Okay, so the first... Her plan is arranged in 4 major steps. The first is that the lieutenants in your army, either herself or one of the other 2, or anyone else that you deem fit to lead, will take half of the force to create a blockade within the narrow path of the mountain pass of the supply line that is connected to Mournhowl and this fortress. Doing so will slow and cut off the supplies of all the fortresses, for they all use this main pass. It's possible that the Mytharians might have alternative means in order to get their supplies, such as magic, access to flight, or other routes unknown of. But at this time, Janice does know that the main supply route is this one, and forcing the enemy to use these alternate routes will at least expend such resources. It will also double as a place of retreat should the rest of the force become overwhelmed. So, supply line, barricade, fallback. That's the first bit that she has. This will take half of your forces. Let me make my own notes, in case you guys make any changes here. The second phase of the plan is that the main force, the remainder of the half of that force, will press their way up towards the fortress and will siege it. Most notably, her plan is to perform a false siege. So this will take 2 units, which will have your forces again, to set up a false siege, building palisades. Many of the combat engineers will be there to do that, to make it seem as if there are more troops preparing to wait out the winter to assault. Since winter is so close, the Mytharians will most likely not believe that you will attempt to attack whilst conditions are poor, and a siege is more likely to take place. And because of that, the Mytharians will depend upon their supplies and will send word for aid, which is what the secondary force is for. The primary force will then hold position in a false siege. Having been split again, our next calculation is the third step, and that is to assault the towers from their northern-facing wall. Alright, and I'll go into more detail about that. So, the northern-facing wall is the wall that looks towards Mournhowl. The reason why this is important to denote is because it will have the most openings, she believes, due to the fact that signal flares and flags can be used to communicate between the fortresses and Mournhowl. No doubt there will be others facing towards the other fortresses, but the one across to Mournhowl will be the most poignant and important because the most complex information will come through there, as this is the fortress closest to Mournhowl. Therefore, it is the one receiving the messages. As such, she believes that a risky scaling of the wall facing to the north, you could use the access points of those signal flares in order to press in. And then finally, the fourth stage of her plan is to use the potent combat capabilities of the commanders, which is you, to press their way through the enemy forces to supply, to open the gates. Once the gates are open, the false siege operation will send word to the barricade and have them fall back to the position of the fort. And then the false siege then becomes a full siege assault. In which case, if we act fast enough, we may be able to take the fort before reinforcements arrive. That is Janice's plan. To be clear, you can provide additional context by making skill checks, asking questions, coming up with your own ideas. This can be done through saying, Arcadum, can I make a survival check to test the viability of this? Or can I make a martial check to know what is the likelihood of this? Things like that. Because I know not all of you are military, minded people in your life, so.
I don't know about you guys, but as someone who was here the whole time, I agree.
Caleb, could you run us through again the plan one more time in summary?
Sure.
The first phase is...
The plan is in 4 steps. Your standing force will be split into 2 halves. The first half will take place in the main supply line of the mountain pass to the east of this fortress's location, and it is the main mountain pass that is used for trade and travel through the Silent Faces mountains to Mornhal. It is also...
That's the northern right?
Northeastern, but yeah. I mean, it's more eastern, because, see, here, you're looking at the map, right? So
yeah, I'm looking at it.
The route goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be putting your barricade here, in the narrow crevice of this mountain pass, which will cut off supplies from this side. So they have to use their supplies or supplies from the other fortresses. But these others will be having to deal with the Brass Baron on this side.
Right. This is the... you mentioned the wall earlier. Is it this wall right here?
No, the northern-facing wall is this fortress on this position on the mountain is facing north towards Mornhal. Like, the map puts it on this side of the mountain, but it's actually on the other side of the mountain, 3-dimensionally.
Yeah. Right.
Looking that way.
Okay, so it's not... Right, so it's not where the supply is coming from. It's just the northern... Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
it's so the northern-facing balcony is so that they can see flags and signal fires of the city of Mornhal, and so they can light their own to inform the other fortresses of things that are happening. Like, in Lord of the Rings, when the beacons are lit, Gondor calls for aid, that whole scene? The reason they're able
that's your sentry tower.
Yeah, the whole reason they're able to do that is by lighting the fires one by one and spreading that message.
Yeah. Okay. Before everything, I was going to say that we should probably check on Brokhar to make sure that guy's finger didn't fuck with him. Because, we checked his... He did all that. So
we'll do that after. Can we do that after?
Tastes pretty good.
I'm sorry, what?
There were the Seeker's finger with whatever alchemical stuff was inside of him would have corrupted Brokhar in some way. But I mean, it's Brokhar. He eats people for a living. I don't think.
You mean you're trying to determine what the guy had in his blood?
No. Just like if the guy's because he said you wouldn't like it if you ate some of my blood. I'm just going to, if Mr. Silver would aid me to make sure Brokhar is all right because he did eat that guy's finger.
Oh yeah, but like I said, it takes time to research that.
All right.
Yeah, that's not something you're gonna figure out right now.
Here's a relevant question: has Billy's archers arrived?
No.
No.
They should be arriving as you... Okay, guys. You're marching towards your position right now, and Janice is going over the plan before your troops marshal there. Because if you're already there, it's too late to plan it. Things are happening. So, one thing at a time. The research into the blood is not something that's going to happen right now.
Okay.
Anyway.
So it's expected the archers arrive when we're marshalling.
Well, yeah, that's the hope. That's the benefit of having the Silver Coast Trading Company, is that the new reinforcements will arrive as you arrive, because they'll be moving at double time.
Okay, so you were mentioning the supply line. Our first force is split into half. The first one will be guarding the supply line or the northeastern region, blocking the supply line towards the party. Sorry, towards the first outpost. Where's the second half going to?
Okay, so I got interrupted. I'll go through it again. So,
Thank you.
phase 1 is your troops will split in half. The first half will stay behind to barricade the mountain pass in order to cut off supply lines from Mornhowl going into the fortress, the easternmost fortress. Then, the rest of your forces will go towards the fortress, and will split into half again. One half will maintain a false flag premise of a siege by using a skeleton crew and using the combat engineers to try and fool the enemy to believe that a whole army is sieged. As winter is upon you, it is the hope that the Metharians will suspect that you are not going to attack until after the snows have passed. Which, as a reminder, in this medieval setting, that happens often. Fighting in the cold is awful, right? So, she's hoping that they will suspect that you are setting up for a siege. They will no doubt call for reinforcements through means that you are unknown of, but that's what the secondary half of the army is for. Now, the third is to climb the face of the mountain in which the balconies of the fortress are open to see Mornhow's signal flares, which will give you a way inside. And then, using the potency of the commander's strength, which is you guys, to fight your way to the gates, to the mechanisms of the gates of the fortress, to open it. And upon doing that, the false flag siege can send word back to the half of the army waiting in the pass of the barricade to move up, converge forces, and take the fortress.
Okay.
I like it.
Let me think about this first.
I've made a simple step-by-step diagram, Nara.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
I'm thinking about
Okay.
distribution of troops in this. I would suggest that if we're going to send a lieutenant to use half of our units for the blockade, we send Sir Docha Ravenweird. He's the best lieutenant for a defensive encampment, and we can send him with Broseph's unit, Balthazar's unit, and Cleavland's unit, as those are the best to dig in and kind of fortify. We can have Billy, and one adjustment that I want to make to this plan that's rather interesting is, rather than forcing us to fight our way through the entire encampment, or the entire fort once we get in, if we take Janice with us, and use her ability to disguise the entire party, while 2 units are fighting, we can just use the chaos, disguise as Metharian soldiers, and run to the gatehouse unimpeded, or with minimal conflict, letting us do that faster. What do you guys think? Classic
I'm liking
classic
the
strategy.
idea.
We rush the objective.
Yeah, I'm liking the idea of it. I think it's worth expanding upon. Questions, comments, concerns?
Well, Spanish to the Metharians have any specific codes they're supposed to check in with each other to make sure there's nobody trying to
That's the
deceive
risk.
them?
If anybody tries to talk to us, our cover's blown.
I mean, we can just quickly say, like, we're being sent to deploy, at the gatehouse for guard or something. We can also use stealth where possible to sneak by and not. It just gives us the option to not have to fight our way there. We obviously won't be able to stealth as much because they're aware, they're alert, they're on guard. But sneaking through disguised is possible in the chaos of a sudden siege and a sudden attack.
But,
Yeah.
Hit him on it.
but you wouldn't be attacking.
Kiddum, I need to make a few checks.
Oh,
Two things. So first thing, I need to know how often do supply lines travel from one house towards the easternmost fort. Can I do a master check for that?
sure. Fortresses
21.
the 4 fortresses of this side would need a constant a constant supply, probably once every 2 to 3 weeks.
How long do we have till we need to meet up with the Breast Baron in Monhau?
2 months, I believe.
So we have about 2 openings for the supply lines ish. 2, 3. Presuming if it's 2, then we have 4. If it's 3, we have around 3 visits, right? 3
Yeah,
lines.
you've got.
I presume we have to go
you've
back
got
and forth.
using the information that you have. Not saying that it's accurate. That would be 2 opportunities of resupply that the Metherians would get access to. That if they are not stopped, will resupply them.
So if I were to, so it's safe to assume that if we knock out one of the supply lines, they will be starving for quite a while.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is that you only have 2 months, so you can't do it the whole winter, which is why Janice is suggesting what she's suggesting. Because
you see, the thing is, it's once every 2-3 weeks. You see, so if we knock out one, it's 2-3 weeks of not having food or supplies or repairs. You know, so that alone can weaken them quite a bit.
well, yes, but the problem is, and the reason that, I mean, I don't disagree with you. The thing is that holding the supply line is the difficulty. Because you'd have to hold it long enough for the supply, for the lack of supplies to take, effect. Because the fortresses are also built to withstand sieges as well. They have stockpiles, right? And you don't know how much those are. The real reason that you hold the supply route is to prevent reinforcements. Not just food, ammunition, which is important to stop, but reinforcements to basically give any troops sent to reinforce. They have to deal with a pretty large force, right? Because half of your army is 3 to 4 units, and 3 to 4 units versus 1 to 2 units coming to resupply a position or reinforce a position is, the numbers are in your favor unless they send a massive host, obviously.
Yeah, that's okay. I see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
like your forces are. Janice is trying to use the strengths of your armies that you built to deal with this fort. Since you chose to spend money on mountaineering, subterfuge, and climbing up the rock face is something that is more capable for these units to do. You also have a higher logistics, which means that you might actually pull off fooling the Metherians. So, this is her suggestions based off of the parameters that you've given. If you really think doing something else is better, by all means, you're the commander, but I'm just explaining her position and reasoning.
okay, so my view is this, right? I feel like her plan works, and it works very, very well. I just want to add one more thing before all of her plan, and that is we poison the first supply line, and then we proceed to block the second one.
So, you don't know how long it's been since the last time they've been supplied? If you get there just after they are, then you're sitting there for 3 weeks, exposed to the elements, and exposed to enemies spotting you. And furthermore, you'd have to poison it without being spotted. Like your army not being spotted. You feel me?
Alright. Is one person not enough to poison the entire line?
Well, I mean, that's risky. It's not about that. It's like, where's your army going to be? You know what I mean? Are you going to put them back 2 days, 3 days, 4 days? Because remember, any force is going to have scouts riding ahead as well. So much of warfare is information and deception, right? So if they know you're there, then they might just attack you. And then you get locked up, and then you face attrition, and then they might reinforce their position, and then you won't be able to take the fort at all through traditional methods. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
there's risks. There's risks here.
You're right.
So
yeah, Jenny's plans fall apart in that regards. Yeah, I get you.
But Janice Janice does have a con, like a weak spot in her plan as well, and that is that your forces are split. if the Mytharians,
There's a lot of moving parts.
if the Mytharians are not fooled, they may just send out a force to meet your skeleton crew and decimate them, right? And then you've lost 20% of your army, and then you're cut off from your other forces. So there's a lot hinging on the abilities that you have. But remember that no plan survives contact with the enemy, right? Like, there's no perfect way to do this. It's about where you want to put your risks.
Let me think about this all day.
Yeah, this is also setting up for your Act 4, so it's important that you put some thought into this and preparation. So.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like no matter what, we're still gonna have to wait the 2 months, no?
Well, you're not waiting, you're doing things. You're taking forts.
Right. I mean, well, yeah, right. I mean, like, no matter what, we're still gonna have to, so what's the word for it? Like, coordinate with the Brass Baron and strike in the 2 months period. Like, it's not, it's a schedule, right? It's not so much so, so regardless if we are standing around doing nothing and versus, actually trying to accomplish something or, staying hidden for the next 2 months, I feel like no matter what, we're still going to spend that 2 months, right? It's still going to be 2 months of this location and 2 months of this harsh weather. So it's...
Well, yes and no, because if you take a fort, right, then you have a comfortable place to wait, so your troops aren't exposed. That's number one. Number two, the more forts you take, the better the position the Brass Baron will be in when he meets up with you to take Mornhau. Because remember, that's the secondary objective, is to secure these positions, to enforce, to basically give the Brass Baron access to these passes.
Do we have a blueprint of this map? Or of the fort in general?
No, you do not. That is something you could, for example, expend some of your resources, like your spies, to actually go do. These are all options. But remember, you only have so many people, so for each one that you give a task, that's a task that they can't do something else.
Alright.
I know Nara is pretty eager to poison people as well. Can we send out like a scouting party to see if that fort is utilizing any fresh water source?
That's an excellent idea. You could certainly send out a patrol in order to gain that information. And depending upon roles and such, you might be able to receive it.
Nara, I assume you're down for that.
I'm down for that. I want to increase our odds as much as possible.
Out in that man's mind.
Well, that's my idea.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. I got a whole list of player ideas here that we can roll and help me shape what's coming. So first up we have send scouting party to discover fresh water sources in hopes to poison them. Okay. Any other suggestions before I start rolling?
I'd like to do a martial check to identify any people of import inside of this fortress or anyone that might have a reputation stationed there, anyone with glory, so we can know about commanders or individuals of note before we go in.
Sure thing. Go ahead and roll.
Okay.
If we do well enough on that, we might be able to disguise ourselves as like certain people.
All right. Do you have? Oh, you're a foreigner, so you wouldn't be able to do that anyway. But let's see what we here. With a 16, that is sufficient to reveal the rank of the enemy commander. The enemy commander of the fort is most likely a captain, and you suspect that they are a captain of the Shield of Mytheria. To give you an idea of what you might expect. Mm-hmm. Also, analyzing the correspondence and the symbology of the enemies that you have fought so far, and also discussing with your subordinates, you suspect that the forts in this area may be employing phantom guards of one of the Mytharian sects, specifically a sect of Mytharians that specialize in dealing with the undead.
As in,
Oh shit, we have an
Remo-
undead, huh?
removing the undead or employing the undead?
Killing
Oh,
them
dear.
to death.
Who death?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Just don't take your helmet off.
Lol.
They
You might
will
want to
never
have
know.
someone disguise you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got 50
But-
Cleavland. You can take them.
Okay,
Yeah, you got this.
that's
So
good to
that
know.
you found power. I'm so glad.
Yeah, we're not going to help. We just believe in you.
I'm just getting my ass kicked. Guys, help!
You got this.
Why hasn't been that way?
Shall we make a roll then?
On the note of the spies looking out for a freshwater source, can you throw in the location of their supplies as well, like their warehouse and where they kept their supplies?
That's
as well?
that's all part
In
of
case
the
if
roll.
there's-
That's all part of the roll.
Okay. Sick.
Okay.
Sorry, there's something else I want to do. I just cannot remember it. Oh my god.
Let's see. You guys, with your party makeup, you have 1 unit of spies and assassins.
I believe
That's
we do.
correct?
Yes.
10 spies.
Yes.
10
yes.
spies, 10 assassins.
All right.
515
So
spies. and
that
assassins.
means it's a unit that can do stealth patrol. So whenever you are ready, Nara, you can attempt a logistics roll with your unit.
So I have a quick question before he rolls.
Yeah.
If we use these guys to scout, can we then not use them to poison? Or can we use them for both?
You cannot use them again until you marshal your troops. So, to give you an idea,
Okay.
your units have limited things they can do, different special actions. Those refresh when you marshal your troops. Marshaling your troops is the equivalent of a long rest for your army.
Sweet.
It essentially means you
if-
spend an entire day gathering your forces. Or however long it takes, depending on the size of your army. For example, you can't receive your reinforcements until you marshal your forces. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
marshaling your forces also refreshes all of your special actions.
One quick question. Shit, what was I gonna ask again? Fuck, I keep forgetting things today. If Silver accompanies the patrol, do we get advantage, or is this with assumption that I have already accompanied them?
This is the presumption that you are going with them. And because you're going
24.
with them, you can use your Traveler Soul augment to re-roll as well.
Yes,
Okay.
and my Traveler Soul has
You wanna
given me
re-roll a
the
24?
Yes,
Alright, so
it's Traveler
a
Soul.
24.
Juicy fucking.
Give me a moment while I resolve it.
Damn.
That's a solid roll.
Very solid.
24 for logistics? Yeah, that's nutty.
This,
That's plus
this
5,
one
right?
is
Not plus
pretty
4.
good.
Yeah.
Either way, you rolled a
It's
19 on the die.
That's basically everything.
I keep forgetting our. Ah, yes, 5. Okay. Tell me everything I need to.
I'm typing it up for you.
Oh yeah, take your time. I'm
Thank
just
you,
yapping.
Oh, I should ask. Is everyone okay following the skeleton of the plan? At least the 4 steps. We can adjust them, but basing our foundation
Still
off
thinking.
of those 4 steps. Alright.
Still thinking. I personally, I'm okay with the skeleton of it at least. I see no reason to deviate that much.
Okay.
Well, the
Major
thing is,
Brokhar.
if we are about to discover their supplies and if they have freshwater supplies and all that stuff, right? We're gonna incorporate the poisoning of their supplies before we make the attack. So
Yes,
there might
this
be a
is
few
just-
changes.
Yeah.
So the skeleton of it is not done. It's not bad. It's just incomplete, in a sense. That's how I feel about it because there's too many moving parts here.
Alrighty,
Right? And
I have some reports from your scouts as you continue your march. The following has been discovered. There are 3 water sources that the fortress has, one of which is in a semi-frozen waterfall in the back of the fortress, connected to the intricacies of within the inside of it. There are 2 quarries that are filled with fresh water. That's man-made stuff. So they have 2 large stone tanks in a makeshift aqueduct quarry, and they have a singular natural source of water that runs nearby. It should be noted that the natural source of water, as it is actively flowing, is nearly impossible to poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'd say
flowing water.
Next up, you have is the 2. So there are 2 supply caches that they were able to spot. One of which they believe is within the courtyard. However, they think that one of them is stored within an alcove at the top of the mountain that is actually outside the walls.
We looting that? Is it guarded? Do we know if there's men patrolling around that alcove?
Yes.
Mountaintop. Okay.
Any
we have
inkling of
numbers
what
for
might
that,
be
or-
in there?
We don't know.
Hold on. There's more. There's a lot more. I gotta tell you. You guys rolled
Gotcha,
well,
gotcha.
so you learned a lot of
Alright.
stuff. I'm just taking notes. I'm sorry if it's loud, chat. I realize that my typing's really loud, and I don't mean it to be.
Honestly, this keyboard's a lot better than the last one. I will say that.
So,
See, if there's anything you can do to fix it, is to bring your mic closer to the keyboard and smash that motherfucking thing.
okay. Next up, your scouts report that there is a heavy presence of crossbowmen. So, it seems to be quite a few of them, in fact. They also spotted a contingent of elite Saint Guards that they believe are acting as an honor guard for a visiting commander unit, which reveals the presence of an obituator.
Shit.
An obituator, specifically, is a potent Mytharian combatant that specializes in taking down apostates, heretics, and, people like you. So essentially,
Like
the
Wolverine?
no. Like the obituator is a don't send NPCs to fight her. She will eat them for breakfast.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That's a
It's,
you problem.
Alright, we gotta take it. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so basically it's not impossible for one of your units to defeat the elite unit in the obituator, but they will take a lot of losses. So that's basically a player problem, to give you an idea.
Gotcha.
It is unclear to the scouts whether or not that the obituator and the elite Saint Guards are staying there, or visiting or traveling through. They were there when they looked.
Oh, the obituator is already there?
Yes, they are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, but you are still 1 week out from arriving at the crossroads, and then a couple days from marshalling, so the situation could change.
Is there anything else?
That is all that your scouts were able to discover.
You mentioned heavy
Waterfalls,
presence of...
source of water.
Sorry, you just mentioned heavy presence of crossbowmen.
Yes.
Do we know their location and where they patrol?
The scouts describe that they are on the walls. Much of the fortress, obviously, is either walled by man-made stone or protected by the mountainside.
Okay.
There
have a feeling
is no
that-
place that didn't seem to be guarded. And more importantly, there are many sightlines from the wall's design, so it will be difficult to attack one side without the other sides seeing it and being alerted. The heavy presence of crossbowmen simply mean that they have a lot of distance.
I was thinking that we get the assassins to go in there and take out the crossbowmen as we go in. So there is like okay, there's the supply line region, blockade the supply lines, and then the second half of the force will be split towards doing a force siege, and the second army will look out for reinforcements. And then the third one is a signal flare. Wait,
The third one is we sneak up the mountainside to where they throw their signal flares, and a quarter of our army sieges from inside.
So our job, so third job is we look out for signal flares, and us 7 as players, or 6 players, 6 or 7 of us, holy shit. There's 7 of us, right?
There are 6 of you plus your ally slot.
Alright, so 7 of us will go in and open the gates from the inside, right? I feel like somewhere in between or before the signal flares and us opening the gates from inside, we need our assassins to knock out the crossbowmen, right? Because it says heavy presence, so I would assume a lot of them. If you're saying heavy presence, yeah.
It is more so referencing that there are a lot of crossbowmen, not a lot of melee-oriented ones, is what that means. So they're not watchmen with spears; they're watchmen with crossbows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. Okay. Would crossbows be susceptible to night attack against the assassins as we try to open up the gate? So, in other words, the commanders will go in, attempt to open the gates, and at the same time, the assassins will go in and knock out all the crossbowmen, or as many as they can.
I mean, that's going to be war either way. So if they roll
but
well,
we want to have the idea is to go in long before the war begins, right? The moments before the war, we knock them out, and then we open the gates.
Yeah,
and we start the fight.
I know what your plan is. I'm just trying to give you realistic expectations of trying to time all of this without a magical ability to communicate with each other instantaneously and constantly. Means that you're going to have to depend on time markers.
Yes.
You're going to have to depend on, good fortune as well. Because if your assassins try to attack a crossbow unit, fail to kill it, and then get locked up, then they're not going to be able to keep moving. They might get spotted. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give you realistic explanations or expectations. But yes, presuming everything goes well, that is something you could do.
Okay, let me just write this down real quick. I need to think this through. Step 1. Set up barricade with half force. Second half, we'll split into half again. Okay, one side, pull a false siege, and the other check / lookout for reinforcement. This one we're not changing, yeah? We're doing this, yes?
Yeah.
Step 2. Wait, step 2 is just us going in and...
I put in notes a suggestion for distribution of force, which is that the half the force guarding the pass includes Sir Docha Ravenweird's commanding it, with Broseph's Knights, Brokhar's Archers, and Cleavland's Casters, as they can dig in. The false siege force will be Janice, commanding Billy's Archers and Balthazar's Infantry, so the Archers can harass and the Infantry can stave off any chances at a attack, or at least appear to. The infiltration force can be Ricky, commanding Silver's Archers and Elias's Monks, as they have high mobility, and the gatehouse opening force will be the commanders and Billy. Unless you guys want to swap Billy out for any of the others and take one of the lieutenants with us. But part of the logic I had, instead of using the disguise idea, was that even if we get into the gatehouse, we have to hold it while the gate has been opened. And so we can't just sneak in, do the objective, and then leave. So we'll have to get there with a heavier force.
Also,
still get
Janice is the... If you leave Janice to do the false flag to convince the Metherians there's a big army there, if she's actually there to do it, it has a higher chance of succeeding.
Yeah, better odds.
Because remember, you want them to think there's an army there. You actually don't want them to challenge your skeleton force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the big gamble of this plan, is that has to work. Be right back, PP.
Better to put more eggs in that basket.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that distribution of notes?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the infiltration place, I do agree with Elias Monks. That's an obvious pick. Gate opening. Well, I mean that's just.
The gate opening for us, I don't think is like, going to change.
Yeah, that's not gonna change.
I mean, the thing that might change is Billy. If we want Billy for Ravenweird or Ricky.
I don't know.
But
I think we
Billy's
leave
fine to
our
bring.
that's where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're Docha Ravenweird holding the pass and Ricky in the infiltration force are both perfect, so we don't have to touch them.
Yeah. Perfect.
The one thing we could do is whether we keep one unit.
Make sure it works.
Yeah, I think we should have 2 units in the false siege because only having 3 units guarding the pass is a little risky. But I don't want to pull one out of the false siege because if they push that 1 unit, we're done. And I don't want to pull one out of the infiltration because I don't think 1 unit will be enough in there in order to sustain itself. And we definitely want the spies in there. And I think the monks can wreck shop.
Yes, we need to get these monks in enclosed spaces.
Yeah. So we get the monks in there, and then we get the gatehouse team. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Major Brokhar?
Major?
I see. What are your thoughts, Balthazar?
Oh, as I said, I agree with the assaults, like the assault team, like all that. Yeah, Janissers. Yeah, I mean, like there's not really arguing with this. Like it's basically what I probably would have thought if given more time, but you came up with it faster.
Mm-hmm. And Elias, do you think Ricky can handle the infiltration force?
Yeah, brother.
I mean, we paid for Mountaineers, so might as well get the Mountaineer experience. Said.
My thoughts is just in between the force flag and between the force flag and the commander opens the gate from the inside, we poison the food and water supply.
I mean,
and then the day after, we open up the gate from the inside. Presuming they have to eat beforehand, or 2 or 3 days.
I think that once they see us, they're going to really crack down on, the chance of spies getting in. So if we're going to send the spies, we have to do it before they see us.
Yeah, but we already used that.
Yeah.
No, the point is, the poisoning is done by Silver, not the army. I asked Kaden about it earlier. He said it's possible for an individual to do this.
I get that.
I don't
but
need
what I'm saying is...
I don't need the whole army to do this. This is done as... We are going to go in... Well, we are going to go in and open from the inside anyway. We have to go in anyway. So, my point is, before we open the gates, we knock out the food supply first.
And then 1 day without food is not going to make the world a difference.
Poisoning them. It's not just starve. I'm not starving them.
Okay,
I'm literally poisoning them.
If it's poisoning,
right, this isn't destroying their food supply. Mm-hmm. But that's the whole idea, right?
How is Silver going to get in?
Okay, we are going to go in from the inside and open the gates. How about you ask that question, and then you answer that, and then you answer your own question?
Well, the issue is, if you take the route that we're going to use for the Mountaineer stuff, and they notice that, then we've burned our sneaky way in.
Well, my friend,
yeah, we
are already going in.
Poison their water supply. We don't have a means of poisoning their food. Like, how are we going to get to their food?
We have information on where their
stockpile is in the middle of the courtyard.
A stockpile where we don't know what's in that. Like, that could be.
Well, I mean, we can
anything. I doubt they're keeping in forts like this. They don't keep their food outside, away from them. They keep their food in the middle of the fort where it's protected.
That's why I'm referring to the quarries.
Poison a water supply. Like we don't have.
Yeah, the water supply will do.
Poisoning the food.
Sure.
Oh.
Right, I'm just saying food/water supply. Right, if we find food, we find food. But yeah, I'm with you. Water supply, 100%. Okay. We poison the water supply and we're good to go. We are going to go in from the inside anyway. The same way we go in, right? We will do it. We'll poison at the same time as we go in, right? Because it's not like we're
going in during the attack. Like poisoning anything then is too late. Like there's no point to it.
That's fair.
Like
That's
we're
fair.
going in during
Yeah.
the attack.
I was thinking we poison them, wait for a little while, and
I get the point
get
with
there.
that, but to me, the biggest issue with the poisoning plan is in almost any other situation, I would completely agree that works very well. The biggest issue is that the church has a large quantity of alchemists to identify poisons and a large quantity of clerics to cast purify food and drink to remove
yeah.
poisons.
That's true. They can just do that. It's a
So
big
they
deal.
are the best equipped to identify, cure, and remove the effects of any poisons.
I'm back.
Good. Let them expend that resource then.
I think the risk that we take by sending you or a small strike team in to the belly of the beast.
That's not the plan. I'm not sending a small strike team in. I'm going in with you guys. We're going to open the bloody gates together. Holy shit. Can you listen?
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome
What
back.
the fuck happened? I just went to go pee-pee.
I'm trying to wrap my head around something.
Hey, Nara, are you going in beforehand to poison or after?
Along with you guys.
Okay,
Well,
so you're just gonna
Brokhar-
poison at the same time and it's gonna do nothing?
Right, and that's where Brokhar came into. Like, that's what I was thinking about Joe said earlier, right? If I do it together with you guys, then the poison will do literally nothing for the entire operation. So
Yeah.
the point is just to check how I'm going to go around this, really.
Yeah, that's why we just poison the water supply that they're using. Like that, that has the highest chance of
Well, yeah.
success.
Well, the argument is
Yeah, I'm just
before
saying
that.
food
Yeah.
is kind of out of the question.
Janice,
Yeah.
Janice will raise a point. Captain Silver, if I may. Whilst I am not against the use of poison, I would elect that since our movement from each fortress requires much speed, if we poison the water and then take the fortress, we will have to deal with the poisoned water ourselves.
They do have a fresh river
I
source,
think,
no?
yeah, like, because what I was thinking is we just poison the quarry, but then we still have the fresh flowing water. Like,
Right,
So,
so-
we know what's poisoned. It's
Indeed,
Right, we know it's poison.
the
yeah.
gathering of the water to feed our force should be sufficient. I am more so depicting that once the water has been poisoned, before it can be used in the future, it will need to be cleared, which will take quite the process. Not to mention, to refill them again would take a lot of time. Is your intention to abandon the fortress once it has been taken, or do you wish to marshal forces from our allies?
Well, we can inform the
Let me
past Baron and his men.
Indeed. I would believe that if your intention is to take it and then send for reinforcements in order to stand watch in the fortress so that you can continue your way forward, I think that perhaps such a thing might be capable. But poisoning the water of those men may slow this reaction somewhat. I have a different proposal, one that might see a better use of your poison, if you'll hear it.
Speak.
I believe that the presence of the Obituator has lended us a unique opportunity. Such a high-ranking Mytharian will require dogmatic surveillance. Indeed, the proselytation of her very presence means that the use of certain paraphernalias would be paramount. Specifically, I am speaking of the ceremonial wine that they use. If we were to target, perhaps, the drink of the officers and those used in their religious rituals, our men could simply avoid it once the fortress has been taken. This would disorient the officers and would cause, at least to some degree, the disparance that I believe you're looking for, sir. But it will also not risk poisoning supplies that our troops could use.
That is fair. That is fair. You see, my objective is to try to give us as much of an edge as possible in this siege.
Indeed.
That will work. That will work. I just wonder if we can do a little more about it though. So I do feel like we're missing a lot of possible attack points over a couple of
Over time, sir,
quality of life issue.
more information will be needed. Intel is only useful as long as it is not grown too old. We are still yet a week from our proposed point, plus the marshalling. I propose that we send out another set of scouts when we grow nearer to our objective, in order to ensure that our intelligence lasts.
That's fair. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm of the same
You
opinion
haven't-
as well.
I should also mention that our enemies are Mytharians. Their abilities do coincide with the curing of poisons and removal of such things. Granted, it will cost them resources, but I believe that if we have the highest hope of doing the most damage, perhaps if we were able to time our assault, as it were, during a time of ceremony, perhaps upon their holy day of Wednesday, we may be able to poison the wine the day before, and then make our attack the following day. Such preparations for Holy Communion will have already been in place, and the enaction of such things, if we time it correctly, will give them no time to counter.
One question.
How many men do you think we need to do
Do we
this?
know where they're storing their wine?
I do not. Hence, a difficulty. But the presence of the obituator insinuates that there must be a cache somewhere of their religious accoutrements. If we find it, we may be able to strike.
If I might speak up, Brokhar, I know you've been recently diving into the religious aspects. Is there anywhere special they need to place it for religious purposes in the fortress, or do you think they could just leave it with the rest of the food?
Oh, I don't know nothing about the Mytharian faith. I've been delving into the splendors of the Masters of the Deep.
Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, Big Serpent Boy?
Yep.
You heard of this motherfucker Cthulhu?
You heard of
Yeah,
Cthulhu? Does anybody here have religion trained?
I do.
You can certainly
shit.
try if you'd like.
That's why he asked.
Yeah. Now, you're a foreigner, so you'll have disadvantage, but
Oh, just okay. Well, it's something.
my man.
God damn, this guy.
Disadvantage.
What the
who?
fuck you roll? You roll a
Disadvantage?
16 twice.
So nice, you say it twice. Okay. You know that Mytheria, being a goddess of light, her accoutrements will probably, in order to say, to honor her, will most likely be set where the most light could reach them. Perhaps in a courtyard, or even atop the wall.
Knowing that, it's safe to. There is a supply cache in the courtyard, no?
There
Do you
is.
think that might be the? Do you think that might be it?
Janice will stroke her chin. It is possible, Captain. It would make the most sense.
Question: how many men do you think it takes to do this mission? Let's say poisoning their wine.
To distribute a sufficient amount of poison in order to have the largest impact. At least 10. Those that know how to move unseen.
If Silver joins them, would there be any benefit to this?
You get to use a Traveler Augment, so you can reroll the logistics.
Okay. There is a concern of us getting caught in the midst of the mission. This is a possibility, yes?
Are you asking Janice or me?
You.
Yes. There's obviously a chance that things can go... There's always a chance things can go wrong.
Yes, gotcha.
There is nothing here that is guaranteed. Everything will be rolled.
Yeah.
Things can go poorly. You might as well just accept that. The idea behind it is to manipulate odds as much as you can in order to, by all means,
Right.
make good choices, but understand that it's war. And also, your enemy has movements that you're not aware of either. That's the other problem as well. But Don't. You guys are doing fine. Don't get too bogged down in the what ifs because we'll be here forever and won't make a decision.
Yeah, I get you.
That's what we do best.
I plan to do it anyway, right? I plan to do that anyway.
So
it
it sounds like
doesn't matter.
that the party is at least considering doing the poisoning route. Is there anything else you guys want to do? For example, sending out a scouting party to find better ways through the mountains, or to detect enemy movements, for example. Do you want to double march or keep the current pace and setting? Lots of different things you can do. It really depends on your logistics.
With the 24,
Is there...
do I know how many doses of poisons do I need to make this work?
To make this work, you will need at least, I would say, 20 doses of poison. A basic poison. Nothing... Like, you don't have to use your super one or anything.
Yeah, I can't make it anyway. Okay. I'm gonna need Balthazar and Billy's help for this one. We can do this in what?
Are there any war spells that our casters can use in this situation?
War spells. What was the level you guys went with? Third?
3. Mostly 3 with a single 4 in both.
Majority third.
Yeah, majority third.
There are no
Oh,
war
no,
spells
no.
that you currently have access to. Oh, that are applicable to
Yeah.
to this. Like,
Gotcha.
let's see here.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't like magic missile the frickin' water or whatever.
I was wondering about divination or something.
We would have to
Okay,
have had more.
I have another lieutenant that wishes to speak to the Pepples.
Pebbles.
All right.
Send
You
it
will
in.
hear the following: ring, 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 ring.
Oh, it's that guy.
You know who it is. the servant of the Gyat himself,
Ring-a-ling-ding-ding.
the follower of the Fen,
Tiger. Hidden yacht.
and the Kohai of
The Hawaii.
the Kohai of the Kauai. Yeah. Sivamet is being oddly quiet while I'm going through this, leaving me out to dry. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Ricky will approach. Hey there, gents, captains. I had a suggestion, if you don't mind.
Let's hear it.
Me and the boys was thinking. We up in the mountains a lot. Something that might be useful, something to consider. Maybe instead of holding some of our forces back, we might be able to force a rock slide or something. Use the terrain to our advantage, close off the path behind us.
Oh.
Are you referring to the supply lines or are you referring to the fort?
The
Because
supply
I have an
lines.
impression that I see.
Ooh.
Question.
Janice
How-
will immediately counter, Ricky, that would cause us to also be cut off. We couldn't be
Hey, how do you
supplied.
march to one hell?
We couldn't be supplied by the SCTC. I was thinking about that too, and I was thinking to myself, well, we wouldn't need to be because we could just use the supplies of the forts, right? And besides, the SCTC can dig their way out. Whenever it's time. That way, whenever we put up a false siege, it'll be a real siege just in case they don't fall for your little trick. Okay, so, mechanics. Ricky's suggestion to attempt to force a rock slide to block the pass means that you will not have to leave your troops behind in order to ensure that the main road is blocked, to cut them off from their supplies. But you will also be cut off from your supplies if you do that. But it will allow you to make an actual siege, which will counter if the Metherians do decide to send out a challenging force, that the skeleton crew won't be overwhelmed. So your trade-off here is you have less risk should your logistics roll fail, but you will have to pay the price of your own supply line. Decisions.
It's just crazy enough to work.
Just note that if our supply lines
Wait.
get blocked out, Billy doesn't get his forces.
Well,
I have a
no,
question.
but at this point you'd be marshaled already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be during the marshalling. I have a question. If we cause a rock slide far enough down the road to Mornhowl, then it shouldn't interrupt the supply lines that we've just established on our route. Right?
You don't have access to those rocks. You'd have to travel there and then set it up. Like, you'd have to travel around the mountain to that point and then attempt to make the rock slide happen and then travel all the way back again.
Okay.
Can I make a nature check to see how viable that is, or?
Sure. It would be difficult. It would take an expenditure of your combat engineers and a lot of time to do it. Approximately 3 to 4 days. But if they succeeded, it would certainly be difficult to overcome by armies that don't have mountaineering gear.
How many days travel is this?
You are still a week away from your crossroads, and then you have 3 days of marshalling, roughly, and then you're prepared and ready to do your thing.
I'm sorry, I was referring to the rock slide. Like you mentioned, he has to go around.
Oh, to go around and try to block Mornhowl further down the path so that you can keep your supply line would take about another 2 weeks of hard marching. Yeah. Not to mention, you could be spotted, because Mornhowl has watchtowers on that side of the mountain.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty
That's
likely.
fair.
And I should also remind you that Mornhowl has mountain bane ballistas. So.
What, like they block the whole mountains?
Yeah.
Well, they're just called mountain bane ballistas because they can shoot through small stones, like small boulders and stuff. Big ballistas. They'll fucking blow you up. Don't get hit by them. That's bad.
Sound like a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, ballista's bad.
They're like thousands of feet away. What can they...
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes, they can, in fact, shoot you with them, so...
Reach out
You will be
and
left
touch
without a
you.
torso.
Now we've got the rod of vivacity.
Do we know how many men are guarding the storehouse that's outside the tower?
You don't. You don't have that accurate of information. You'll need to do more scouting rolls whenever you get closer. Well, when you need to get closer, and remember, you know, when you get intel, time passes, and then it might not be viable anymore. But
Right.
But anyway, Ricky has made a suggestion. We'll salute and go about to caring for the men.
I actually like Ricky's suggestion. It is fucking risky though.
I'm still of the mind of deploying troops rather than destroying the pass. It's a time delay that gives them more time to prepare. And right now, time is of the essence. Because if it does fail, then we've wasted 3 days. And then do we proceed anyways, or do we try again?
Yeah, I think we should proceed anyways. Like, this is just something, a little something extra that could come in handy. But if they fail, we don't really lose anything.
Except time.
Yeah, except 3 days. You know,
Just time, no casualties.
Well,
I mean, if you roll a 1, people could be killed by, like, a rock fall or something, but...
Okay.
Attrition. Such is the cost of war.
Yes, and it's cost us in lives.
I think if we do this, we should send one of the commanders with the demolition team in order to help make sure everything goes smoothly.
who would you send? So not you, like,
Balthazar.
Not me.
Yeah?
No, not Balthazar.
Send
I need him.
Balthazar with him?
I need Balthazar.
I'll go with him. If it's just a 3-day
Go.
trek, I'll go with him.
Yeah, go with them. Get them through the mountains safely. Make sure they blow up the right stuff. Sounds good. All right, so we're good on that.
Balthazar. I need him.
You know, I want to hear if Captain Billy has any suggestions or ideas based on these plans. He has a voice now.
Well, all right. Let me bring out Billy's suggestion.
Reminder, he's a medium Billy now.
Medium Billy.
That's true. I actually have a new art for him.
Yes, the new art.
Yeah, let me go.
South Africa. Yes.
Let me upload it. Hold on. Medium Billy. God.
He's so medium.
Did I not save this? Hold on. Can't find it.
Tragic.
Press X fan art.
Oh, how did I forget about that? Yeah, meeting Billy was awesome.
Medium
Does he?
Billy's.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't he? Look at he's growing up, man. Oh, look at my growing up boy. He's growing.
Got
Growing
so
up so
many
fast.
crossbows.
Just so many crossbows.
All right, hold on.
Peanut's become a walnut. He's grown as well.
You guys really do have like a child you've raised in warfare. So it's just like I have a lot of uncles.
Also, can we talk about Peanut's luscious hair in that picture?
No, because medium Billy.
There's no need to talk about it. Everyone can see it.
Like, look, Peanut's got the smolder.
Meanwhile, in Hillylocks,
So you're being
Horseman!
And meanwhile, in Hillylocks,
Word was sent.
sometimes when you touch my arguments
When-
too much.
when will my refreshing show? As he looks into the drinking puddle as he waits for Elias to pick him up again.
I miss my cat boy.
Here,
Can't hurt me.
Here
You're not real, you can't hurt
comes
me.
my cat boy.
Get out
I
of my
was-
head.
My therapist
I was
said the horse ain't real.
I was a gift from the breastman. I am precious. He will come for me. He loves me. Oh,
Was he a gift from the breastman?
Yeah, it was one of the rewards we got for starting the campaign. Remember, it came with the breast
Yeah,
medallion.
we all got a little item buff from or was it Hailhorn?
I got that fucking Magna hammer that I really didn't
Right,
want, but
Magna
somehow
hammer.
Kaden managed to convince me that hey, if you actually landed a crit, especially with the riposte build, that would be great. I never
The
critted
weighted
once.
Cestus.
Never critted once with that thing.
Sven
Oh yeah,
was
yeah,
a-
you're right. It's my fault that you didn't
Yeah.
roll a crit.
Yeah, and then like Kiniz would swing it once and literally crit on the first time.
Yeah,
Yep,
Man, I never critted once.
real different.
It was so painful.
I
was
love
like,
it when
"Oh,
players
no."
blame me for not rolling dice. That's great. It's okay.
I mean, it is you are the DM.
I
It
should have
is your
gotten the
fault,
fire flux.
You know,
Damn it! I should have gotten the sparkle shield, the one that
Oh, yeah.
detects treasure.
Yeah, the one that takes treasure. you can find that.
Oh wait, is it Twinkle? I think it's Twinkle
Twinkle.
buckler. Yeah, I should have
The
gotten a
dad's
Twinkle
one or something
buckler.
like that.
All right. All right. So you call forth to little Billy. As he walks in, you notice that he looks a bit taller than he did before. And here we go. Behold, medium Billy.
Damn.
He will walk in.
That-
He'll go. Hey, hey everyone. How's it going?
Oh my god.
You guys call
Hello.
for
Good you here, Billy. Yes, we're looking for your input on the current siege that we're planning for.
Well, you know, I think maybe we should. I think our strengths really lie in all of you. And I think any sort of plan we use should really utilize your combat strength. The things that I've seen you take down were really cool.
Oh my god.
Why does Billy? Okay, you know, on one end I appreciate that, but holy shit, that was the single most useless.
he'll put a hand on Billy's shoulders. Billy, the things we've taken down.
He'll smile. Billy will remember this.
Wait, positive reinforcement given to Billy?
Also, maybe we could send a search party to go back and, get that one thing that we found. He looks at Mr. Silver.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay, I think a week has passed since then, right? I think it's fair to just tell the party what we found.
You want to do it?
But I don't think we
or
should
should
send
I, Mr. Silver?
I do feel like it's a bit dangerous.
God, I feel like
to
I'm
inform
going through
them.
puberty myself again, dude.
It's like back and forth.
I see. Here's the thing, Billy. I do
becoming a
feel
man.
like
I think I'll use my credit card.
Billy, I think the real issue is not the idea of picking up the hammer, but rather what we do with that hammer.
Hammer?
Well, I'm just saying, Mr. Silver, that maybe, it might be important to do that. I mean, it's just a thought on the side. I will admit, I'm not really good at the whole strategy stuff.
It's a dangerous artifact.
If you're worried about what it does, you can just give it to Broseph.
Oh, actually, I do have a question. So you and Mr. Balthazar and myself, we're pretty good at making alchemy. Maybe we could make some bombs.
I was thinking that as well. But what are we gonna use it on?
Well, so let's say, for example, we couldn't get inside. We could just blow the gate.
This big rugged man has a point.
I do realize
this rugged man has a point. That was fucking great.
I remember this
man. That was great, dude. It's like this rugged looking man has a point. So, Billy's suggestion, as he has been influenced by all of his uncles, is to JoJo strat the fucking door with bombs and go in and kill everyone.
Billy,
a singular, overwhelming charge done at night, throwing bombs, exploding the gate, and taking everyone by surprise.
Yes.
Billy, I haven't felt this stupid for a very long time, but I really never thought of that until you mentioned it.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Silver. You're one of the smartest people I know.
Oh, you
I
don't
want to
think
look to
that.
see what expression Janice is making at this suggestion.
Janice, first of all, Janice can't believe how handsome Billy looks right now. The rugged comment definitely had an effect on Janice, but she unfortunately is unable to enjoy herself because she is overwhelmed by the pure audacity of such a fucking suggestion. She will just say, I don't think that's wise. There's too many unknowns. Billy will look at her and will say, well, Miss Janice, sometimes you just gotta take it to the enemy. Well, yes, obviously. And she's beside herself. He's so handsome and so stupid.
Her ass would be a Sundari.
There is a
he's
saying,
a himbo.
right? Well, you see, Janice, there is this saying: if there is no plan, there is probably no way to punish it either.
Sure.
Billy will then state, I only suggested it because, well, I mean, we don't know how many there are, right? And if we have them cut off, I just think we should use our surprise. You guys, all of the dear captains taught me, especially the Major, that it is always best to attack an enemy when they're unprepared with overwhelming force, Billy will say, looking at the camera.
That's true.
That's true. That is actually what we have done every time.
That is exactly what we have done, except for the first fight. But otherwise, we've done that a lot, and it's worked out very well.
Sometimes
I don't know why it works. I really don't know why it works, but it works.
They really wouldn't expect just a bomb on their front door. Who expects
even better.
fuckers to
Yeah,
roll
yeah,
up
yeah.
with
Like a bomb mother from
a breaching charge?
Yo, even better. How about a bomb in their wine glass?
Engineer Janice, what strength of bomb would be required, hypothetically?
Janice will
Blow open the
slowly
gate.
turn to look towards Captain Broseph. Her face, very quickly returning to the discipline of the soldier that she is, despite the fact that she has just heard Billy just pissed on the floor in front of her, and she can't believe no one's talking about it. And she will just continue and say, I suppose, well, it would need to be sufficient to cause a breach in about 6 inches of wood, reinforced with iron rivets. Oof. I could send the scouts to go and look at more. Perhaps we might be able to find out exactly where any weak points might be on the gate, but I still must advise against this plan. Even if things went the absolute best, open warfare in enemy territory surrounded by a breach point is going to cause loss of life. There will be casualties in this assault, and lots of them.
If I may add, it is the same issue with poisoning the water supply. At the end of the day, we're still going to have to hold the fort, and we're going to have to deal with the poisoned water. If we blow up the gates, we're going to have to deal with a broken gate as well.
Oh, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
We do have engineers to fix it, assuming we won, but still, that would take time.
Janice will nod. We could repair the gate.
It takes time, though, so we don't want to have
Second
to.
issue... Oh, go ahead.
Janice will just say, I will follow your lead. I suppose the idea does have some merits. She will look over. No insight roll needed. She doesn't think that it has a lot of merit. But Billy will place his hands on his hips and give a beaming smile to everyone present. I'm glad I could help.
You know, you are very helpful. Because here's the thing, right? We don't have to blow up the gate. We could blow up something else, right? Just like how we don't have to poison the water supply. We could target the strike or the bomb strike.
We could.
Internally.
I actually had an
Instead of
incredible amount of fun role-playing puberty Billy. I'm sorry.
That was good.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I heard you change your voice 3 times.
That was
Sir,
a lot.
okay, Sir Brokhar, as audacious of a plan this is, where would you possibly plant a bomb to where the obituator, the most honored spiritual leader, make a sermon and then they go kaboom?
In her cup.
I mean, honestly, I think the idea of blowing our way in has merit, but rather than blowing open the gate, I say we adapt it to our current plan and just blow open a hole closest to the watchtower, so we have to travel a minimum amount of distance to open the gate.
I mean, like, if the bomb's big enough, we'd just probably be rushed.
But doing so completely removes any element of surprise that we have.
Yeah, we're kind of
That's the
banking on
risk.
the surprise. The one thing I'd like to say for Billy is that we have to sneak up and then beat the shit out of him, not just walk in guns blazing. That's not what we did, Billy, and it's not entirely our plan.
Well, Billy's not here right now.
That's true. I'm just trying to
Yes.
roleplay down.
You're good. You're good. I just want to make sure your roleplay can be responded to. All right.
If we did the attack at night after blowing them to shit plan, we don't have any way to stop their signal fire. Like, that's 100% guaranteed.
No, they would
yeah.
certainly
Yeah,
have reinforcements. The plan would just be we completely decimate them within the night, and then by the time reinforcements arrive within a day or so, we have already taken the fort.
The fort with a bunch of
But this plan also creates a huge amount of open warfare in the courtyard and in the castle that would just completely deteriorate our forces.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if all the rest of you feel the same, but I'm not really pro JoJo strat in this particular instance.
No.
I think it will work if we target it, right? Like, don't do it at the gates, right? We'll do it somewhere else where we think we
I
can
think
actually do
if
more
we want
damage.
to optimally, I think our best plan would be to do it somewhere to adapt the plan of having our infiltration team enter and look for somewhere that would be a good place in their castle. So whether that's halfway up the mountainside, we blow up a hole in the wall and then we go in, and then that puts us, halfway towards their gatehouse, so we're not fighting all the way there. Then we can get to their gatehouse faster, they have less defenses there.
Do they have ammunition cache?
So,
if we can blow up the ammunition cache, the heavy crossbow presence will not work.
There is another option, which is we simply carry the bombs, and when we see the obituator, we use them.
Okay, hear this out, right? Okay. They might have an ammunition cache. Right? If we blow up that shit, the heavy crossbowman presence might be able to... We might be able to break a bit of their crossbowman strength if we destroy their ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of blowing up the gates, we blow up their ammunition instead, if we can find it.
Yeah, it's a big if.
That's a big if.
That's an if we find it. I think right now our most pressing question is not do we use the bombs, but where do we use the bombs?
I just said
I
it, right?
have a question before that, if you don't mind, Mr. Silver.
Yeah. Please.
So because I wasn't, the player was not here in the very beginning. Is this tower? Is it like right up against the side of the mountain, or is it the top? Like where? How is it the tower actually positioned in regards? To
it's built into the mountain.
Okay,
It's
is
pretty
it
well built
half in, half out.
Natural barriers.
Since we're already talking about causing a rock slide to cut off trade or their supply routes, is it possible at all to create a rock slide to just damage the fort?
You want to collapse the interior of the mountain inside of the fort?
Well, we don't know that it would take us we don't know that we would have to collapse the mountain. I'm just asking if it's possible. I don't know the
question. You mentioned there's heavy crossbowman presence, right? So there should be a ammunition cache somewhere for them to load their crossbowmen, right?
Yes.
Do we know where they are?
Well, you know where 2 supply caches are.
Fuck. Instead of blowing up the gate, we blow up both supply caches. Now they might be useful, but
the issue is we can't blow up the supply caches if our plan is to create a demolition and cut off our supplies to the SCTC, because we need those supplies afterwards.
Oh my god, I'm talking to a wall. This is after the infiltration. That's a separate mission.
Silver, if we destroy our supply route, we need the supplies.
Oh my god. We're talking about the ammunition inside the fort, not in the supply route.
Well, I think what he's trying to say, Nara, is that if you decide to do the plan where you block the mountain pass with a rock slide and then blow up the supplies, then there will be an area.
Not that supply. We're talking about the ones in the fort because they have a heavy crossbow.
Yeah. That's hold on. Let me.
You're talking.
Let me just hold up, back up, just listen, right? What he's trying to say is that if you block the mountain pass so that you get no supplies coming in, you cut yourself off and the Mytharians, you take the fort, but in the course of taking the fort, you blow up the supplies to deny them the use of to the Mytharians, then you take the fort, now you can't use those supplies to resupply yourselves after the battle. And then there'll be a moment where your troops have no supplies at all. That's what he's cautioning. You see what I'm saying?
How long does it take for the supply SCTC to reroute?
To reroute, it'll take less time because mountaineering and all of that, so you could clear the pass. It'll take approximately 2 to 3 weeks, though.
Ooh, that's long.
2 to 3 weeks without
supplies.
Can we
arrange for the reroute before we attack?
What's up?
Can we arrange for the reroute before we attack?
You can, yeah. That'll shave some time off.
But Mytharians to eat.
Okay. Okay. So, other than rampant cannibalism, there'll be plenty of Mytharians to eat.
I'm just being practical.
I'm just being a monster. I'm just feeding into the stereotypes that the Mytharians say about foreigners. I hear they eat people. I did that one time. Elias says.
I did that
I
one
did that
time, and I was
young
under a lot of
fucking
stress.
time. I did it
I was
one
young
time.
and stupid 5 months ago.
I did it one time.
Young and stupid 5 months ago.
But Mr. Elias, you ate a person. I mean,
Shut your ass.
It was alright, but
I'll beat you. I got a switch on me now.
The beginning of our relationship.
don't make me get my switch, boy. Mouth off
Arcadum.
at me like that again. What's up?
Takes out the
at this
ancient
point,
ancestral cord.
we're pretty on board with the bombs, but we're wondering about the best way to use them. The current plans offered include the gate, anywhere on the mountain that would let our infiltration team get closer to the watchtower rather than climbing up the signal tower.
Well,
The supplies, and just throwing them at the obituator.
okay. Janice can offer her input. If you insist on using these bombs, captains, might I suggest a different course of action? You had already once mentioned about poisoning their water supply. Perhaps instead, we use the bombs to explode the inner water tanks, causing flooding within the encampment, within the fortress. The cold temperatures will no doubt cause perhaps some sickness and distraction.
That sounds...
Tell me, Janice, do you like that idea that you just mentioned?
I like it.
Are you asking Janice if she liked her own idea that she's
Yeah.
threw out there?
Does she like the own ideas that she threw out?
She says, in my opinion, Captain Silver, I think that the use of bombs, explosives, are by their very nature volatile and unpredictable. This is also presuming that we are even able to create the resource. Whilst I am sure that you and your companions are capable, we are in the mountain terrain. We are in the wilderness. Being able to sufficiently create alchemical explosives of sufficient force to do what it is that you are planning to do may be difficult in and of itself. Insight check. Everyone there?
Well, we all suck.
Oh my
Thank
God.
God for Cleveland.
17.
Cleavland, you sense that Janice actually seems afraid of talking about this plan.
We are in the mountains after all. We might cause a landslide.
What if we cause a landslide on purpose?
Well, we need to hold a fort, you see. At the end of the day, the idea is to capture the fort. If we could just destroy the fort, I'd say we rig the entire place with bombs and blow up the whole place, right? But we need to conquer the place. That's why we're not, poisoning the water or blowing up the front gate.
If I might interject, you said there was a frozen waterfall. Can I do a nature check to see if blowing that up would do anything?
Sure.
Hey.
If the explosion, and only if the explosion was sufficient enough, it may open the natural well in the rock, causing massive flooding of the fortress.
And then when we take it, we have to deal with the flood.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Well,
we
it's
gotta take
been a
this
day,
one.
so...
Yeah.
Where's
We
that?
got
ball?
to
Understand
take
that this is just quality of life issue, right? We can easily sort it out. It takes time. It's a quality of life issue.
I also
Upon-
can't imagine that.
Upon
if we blow
Balthazar's
anything.
suggestion, Janice will say, well, that may be the more amicable. That much flooding may do much of our work for us. Also, as combat engineer, we could simply reroute the water. I don't think it's impossible. And the snows have only just begun to fall. We may be able to do it before the river ices over completely. I should point out that unless we are able to set up a proper timer on these explosives. Anyone that would enact it runs a great risk. For we know not how much of the mountain's fury is behind that ice flow. Meaning that if you don't have a timer on it, whoever takes the bomb there runs the risk of death. Not from the explosion, but from, the fucking problem.
But from
what is the problem?
The bomb.
The
working.
giant wave of ice-cold water. If you don't have the proper timer.
Would Flight be able to sort that issue out? For the survival of the person doing the bomb?
The bombs would have to be placed in a certain area. Flight wouldn't really help.
The issue is that you're in an enclosed cave with a solid wave of water with an unknown amount of force behind it, just killing you on impact.
Flight really wouldn't help there.
Yeah.
Unless the bomber had a timer.
But, yeah. Or remote, but that's not really applicable in this situation.
Not without magic, it's not.
Can I roll an alchemist check to see how long a fuse might be, or is that just a variable depending on what we find? Nice. Mr. Silver, if you would commune with me, can I get advantage?
Take it.
That's 1. Boy, I do love having an expertise in my kit.
Oh, let's go.
Oh my god.
A fuse would be difficult, but possible to make. You can give one. You can make one that would give at least 2 minutes of escape.
Mr. Silver, I believe we can do this.
I think we can as well. How many men do we have to commit to this? Or is it just one guy?
Well, the problem is that such a bomb of such force would need an expert to place it. And there's only 3 experts in your group in this entire area that can do that. It's got to be one of you.
Well, no need to ask. That's Silver's job then.
Or you could send Medium Billy.
No, I'm not saying. No shot. Nah. Even if he's fast enough, he's not going in there.
Penis pretty fast.
I don't care. I don't care if he has facial hair. He's still my baby.
Man,
sometimes your baby has to carry an explosive to save the day.
There are those tiny little moments where Mr. Silver shows that he's perhaps maybe not an evil character. He's my baby. I will not let him. No, Billy must be. No.
No, I am a
pragmatic man. He would kill 100 people for Billy, so I don't know if not evil, really.
Look, man. I'm just saying.
I love Billy. Anyways, back to super poison.
I'm just saying there are virtues.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
That was really great. He's still my baby. Oh, God, that's awesome.
He's still.
All right.
He's still my baby. Well, either ways, I'm the fastest in the party. I'm most likely capable of escaping this. I'm the rogue, so I should do
you
this.
Have the best stealth, the best
and you're talking about sneaking into the place in the first place, so I have to do this.
Ah, a Mr. Silver solo mission, it seems.
Yeah.
Personal favorite.
Yes.
I agree. You are the best for the job, Silver. But I don't know. If we use any of these explosions and all that, wouldn't there be a chance that Mournhound could react to it? And all that, because we're just gonna be effectively sending off what could be the equivalent of a signal flare.
That's fair.
Janice will counter with, while I do not disagree with you, Captain Cleavland, we do not know all of the methods that they have to communicate. It's very likely they will be able to send word regardless of any action we take.
We could leave the explosion as the signal to go in, and then Silver meets with the commander group as we infiltrate. That way we respond to it immediately, they're flooded, and we surprise them. Or we could leave a delay, and then they'll call for reinforcements with their signal flares, and then whatever group is... Well, we would have to time it that the explosion on the mountainside happens at the same time. That sounds a little particular.
But that's if we're doing the bomb strike. let's not commit to it yet. Just clarifying. Let's say we take the entire place and we blow up the water and it's flooded right now. How difficult will it be for us to clear the mess and reinforce the place?
Janice will tell you about 2 weeks.
Oh, good God.
Which is about the time you'd need to be reinforced anyway.
Yeah, so I mean,
Still
yeah.
2 weeks though. Because do we know from the closest outpost to this outpost, right? How long will it be? In presuming they march immediately.
About a week.
Oh God.
Do hard travel. Wait, when you say we, do you mean Metharians or you guys?
Metharians.
Oh, Metharians? Oh, it'd take them like 2, maybe 3 weeks to get... Because they don't have mountaineering.
Okay, now I'm more amenable to the idea. We still destroy the water supply though. Might as well just poison the damn thing.
Well, we destroy the natural water, but not the reservoir. Not the 2 reservoirs. So we still do have enough water. And then by the time, if we run the risk of that water running out, the SCTC supply line will be reconnected.
Thought you poison. Why?
Speaking of which, can we get with the ACTC and see how much like stocks of alchemy we can supply? Like,
I don't know
We
who the
never
get on the
ACTC is.
I thought I said SCTC.
The AMD.
ACDC.
The ABC.
Yeah.
was about to rock.
Thunderstruck! No, anyway, what
ACDC to be a
Reginald Featherington.
Very well. Corporal Reginald Featherington will enter the command tent. You called for me, sirs.
Oh, a
Yes.
sight for sore eyes.
Yes, sir. We want to make a requisition of alchemist supplies to be made, and seeing what's available. Of how much you can supply us, I mean.
I could provide you 10 stocks now, sir. Upon marshalling, perhaps 20 more.
Oh God, it's not a lot. For the bombs, do we know how many counts of the arcane explosive do I need to blow up the entire to perform this operation?
Well, first you need to develop the bomb, which is going to take some...
This bomb. Let me just. This one right here.
Oh, how to make that one?
Yeah. Will that suffice?
Mm-mm. The blast you're going to have to
Okay.
make is going to be specialized.
We have to invent the bomb.
Essentially. This is only possible because you have experts in alchemy that could maybe make a bomb like this.
Yeah. Okay. I was under the impression that we just chuck enough of these bombs around and we can just,
Mm-mm.
I guess not.
You
It
gotta
has to be a specialized kind of blast
Yep.
to pierce through the ice and then spread the cracks around so it has enough volume to crack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've never been through winter. How thick is the ice normally for this kind of frozen river?
Anywhere from 5 inches to 1.5 feet, depending on the depth of the river.
5 to a foot and a half.
Think of it like 1.5 feet potentially of vertical ice separating you and a reservoir that you're trying to pierce.
Foot and a half as in 18 inches.
Yes.
30
That's long. What the
centimeters.
fuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
That's
it was
nuts. What the
if
fuck?
it was
The
less,
tree's not
then
that
it would
thick.
just break.
Like the width of the tree's not even that thick. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's not even getting into permafrost.
Yeah.
Holy. Okay, how big would that be?
Oh, you don't have to worry about permafrost. None of this is permafrost. So,
Okay.
Permafrost is like
That's crazy.
feet thick.
Okay.
yeah. It's like the Earth's
Oh,
crust.
Yeah. It's just
Oh, okay.
cold all the way.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is basically just a inward-shaped, piercing-shaped explosive, but designed for ice. I think you guys could do it. We have, a week until we
No,
get
it's
there,
doable,
and
it's
then we have
doable.
marshalling
I just asked
time. You have also, we have troops that we can deploy to get stocks as something they can do. We still have plenty of troops.
Mm.
And those troops can also act as assistants for your alchemy.
Yeah, that being the case, I think it's very doable.
Like, no doubt Balthazar's unit has a couple of alchemists that just work with him.
I feel like we're doing a lot. Okay, sure. Okay, do you have any other suggestions?
None that sound as fun as this.
Sir Docha?
Sudocha!
Sir Docha has nothing.
Get over
Has
here.
Sir Docha has no comment. He thinks that an explosive end to this fort, whatever brings it about quickly, is the most amicable. Kyle,
I feel like I'm asking my dad for suggestions.
Kyle,
Oh Christ!
since you asked,
Oh no.
Okay.
Kyle has an opinion. Kyle thinks that we should wait for the SCTC to resupply us before we do any of this.
He wants his weed.
Make me an insight check as to why he suggests that.
He wants Poppy.
We don't need to. I don't
He
need
wants it.
He wants his
He needs his coke.
Mm.
I don't need to roll. I know already. I'm not rolling. I know what he wants.
Kyle is shivering as he's talking to you, scratching his arm. Yeah, I'm just saying, combat effectiveness.
While he's eating.
Sir Cleavland, do you have the Rod of Vivacity ready? I would like to see if Lesser Restoration would work on this man, because he's obviously tweaking.
What?
I do not think it's an ailment he's suffering from. It is a, what's the word for it? A withdrawal symptom.
Withdrawal
Yeah.
symptom.
He
It's a sickness of the mind.
in either
Yeah.
case, Kyle sees that his suggestion didn't really hold water. Well, I'm down for anything, Just saying, if I had my
since you-
juice.
Yeah,
Hmm.
you get your juice. You get your
But-
juice. We'll wait.
That reminds me, Sir Kyle, do you have any experience in clearing ice from a water source, or any water source expertise to?
Nah, I'm from the south.
No, not from the south. All right. Alright, thank you
Get
for
too cold over there.
Okay.
Alright. Sounds like no one has raised significant rebuttal to this proposition.
Sounds like Operation Below the Dam.
Yes, sir.
Operation Damn Son.
Gives everybody something to do. We gotta come up with the bomb, Mr. Silver and Billy.
Yeah, let's get to
Alright.
work.
I'll send some troops out gathering stocks.
In that case, Major Brokhar, roll for me a survival check as your troops continue their journey.
Rolling.
I disassociate 5. Heroism.
Sivamet, are you okay?
Your mic keeps
tired.
going in and out.
Okay.
Tired, boss.
Tired, boss.
I'm tired, boy.
I said Kyle's the boss.
All right, as the
No.
all right, so the brass tacks continues its march. Eventually, as the days pass by, you send out your squads to try and pick up what resources they can. Make me a logistics check, please, Major Brokhar.
Checking. The logistics check, is it under skill check?
No,
No, it's D20 plus 5.
3 plus 4 plus 5.
5.
5.
5.
We're logistics
Anybody
builds.
else?
Oh no!
Can we travel augment that?
Amazing.
You can, yeah,
So,
Please try to augment that. Jesus
Well,
Christ!
that's better.
What a difference.
We do be travelers, though.
Okay. You're able to gather about 20 stocks from the nearby mountains. Time for the big rolls. It takes 5 stocks an attempt. So who wants to roll?
I'll do it. I got the biggest fucking.
Can they
Yeah,
roll
plus
with
13
advantage
to
if they
this
work
bitch.
together?
Of
We
course,
have 3 of them.
rolling together. They are rolling together.
Okay, so it's
This is representative of all of their pooled knowledge.
okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. So that's what I was wondering.
That's 5
Oh,
stocks
yeah,
down. Next day.
Damn.
What's our stock count?
Should be
Good
in
talk.
the cart.
It was
Should be in the cart.
I was muted. I think we're 63.
yeah.
63. So
63 now or 63 before? Like
It's
we just lost
58.
Before.
Okay, so we had 63. Add 20. That's 83. Now down to 78. Okay, so Balthazar roll again. Because new day.
New day.
Roll out. Oh, good God.
5 more gone. Next day.
Were we having them bring in stocks each day, or are they just?
This is representing you marching and them also searching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm catching them up chronologically right now.
Yep.
Okay.
73. Roll.
Next day.
Is it good?
First success.
First
Continue.
success.
Do we know how many success we need?
Second success. Next day.
Second success.
Probably 3.
5 stocks down.
Damn. Oh, not dice.
5 stocks down.
DC 20.
Fuck.
No way.
All right, one
Don't
more
tap
day.
Threshold.
One more day. All right, come on.
25.
Ooh.
Oh, fat.
That was good.
The final success needed. All right. War, being the source of much innovation in Mother Necessity's drive, has forced the alchemists in the party to discover perhaps a new application of silver salt. Whereas before, silver salt has always been diluted in water or other some kind of liquid, accidentally while trying to discover some way to make a more potent alchemist fire, Mr. Silver knocks over a small bout of silver salt directly into a chemical fire. The resulting explosion sends him and Billy into the nearby snowdrift. Balthazar investigates the ruins of the small stall that he had set up to discover the secret. You have discovered...
Ooh.
Hold on, I have to go find its name. Damon Fire.
Oh, that looks holy as. That sounds holy as shit.
That's just its name. It's not
Okay.
an evil thing.
Okay. Demon Fire. One moment. And what
Also
does
help for-
Demon Fire do?
So a Damon Fire bomb, which takes 10 minutes to set up, does 25d6 worth of force damage in an area. It has the added benefit of being treated as a siege weapon. It does double damage against natural formations.
Can I have it in writing?
That's crazy.
Sorry, my hands are busy. 25d6, 10-minute setup, double damage against natural formations, treated as a siege weapon.
Check notes.
How many stocks does it take to create one?
Stocks to create 35.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as I thought. Oh.
35?
Updated.
Weight,
Do we know the range of this?
the weight of the bomb is 40 pounds.
Okay, I can carry that.
Damn.
What does it look like?
Check. A big penis.
Actually,
How
beat
did
me to it.
how did you know? No, it's a barrel.
Felt like 42.
It's a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Monster
I'm gonna put
Hunter
smiley
barrel
face on
bomb.
So specifically, it's a barrel that on the inside, an intricate bomb is set up with silver salt over an open chemical fire that slowly causes it to dip and then collapse all at once.
Well, I can carry 40 pounds, so there's no issue. I have 50 pounds of spare carrying weight.
Yeah. Remember to equip the master work backpack, right?
I mean, he's only going to carry in what he needs, so it'll be light anyway.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what's the cost for this again? Is 30 stocks? Yes?
35.
35 stocks.
35 stocks. Alright, let's get to work. How many do we need? 1 or 2? We're gonna block 2, no?
Janice, amazed by your invention, thinks at least 2 should do the job.
Alright, I can't carry both. You know what? I can carry both. I'm just gonna lose my weight. Fuck this.
Yeah.
What's heavy?
Do you have the added benefit of Masterwork backpack included?
No.
I bought them, so I mean,
Yeah,
wear
one in
them.
the backpack and then carry one.
Okay, where's the backpack? How do I find backpack? Where the fuck is it? You guys have it in your inventory?
We'll handle that logistics after.
Oh wait,
I
yeah,
got
I
it
can
right
drop
now.
it. So you got it.
I got it. Yep. Masterwork backpack. It adds how many to my carrying cap?
It's 50, I believe, for masterwork.
Oh, perfect. I have enough then. Exactly 100 pounds of carrying weight. I can carry 2 of them. No problem.
Okay, you guys have made your daemon fire, and then you arrive at the crossroads. Upon arriving at the crossroads, you are greeted by a representative from the SCTC, a scout who was sent ahead in order to set up a preliminary explanation of the current setup of trade. All right, time to meet with the SCTC. They have a request of you. Where is it? Reginald. Where's Lord? Where's Featherington?
Reginald Featherington. Yes.
I actually can't find him. Hold on.
Think
Where the
of-
fuck did I put him?
Think of how much money we could make if we sold how to make this bomb to the SCTC, and they would use it for totally legitimate things.
Yeah, cheers.
Right, like
yeah,
getting-
charity work. Charity explosions brought to you by the SCTC.
Hey, they're free.
fireworks.
Can't wait
Yeah,
till
free,
we meet
'cause
the
we
brass
make our money
baron. Hey, Baron,
Yeah,
we made a bomb!
Hey,
Yo,
you
after
guys,
all this, we're gonna create a bomb launcher.
you guys
Hey,
won't
Barrow, we
believe
made
the
a bomb,
level
you
of killing.
fireworks.
I'm gonna make an RPG after this.
You're gonna make an RPG after this?
Yeah.
It's just it's just a slingshot and a grenade.
We called it the Daemon RPG.
It's just a slingshot and a grenade.
Oh, I thought you meant like a role-playing game. Sorry, I'm such a nerd. I didn't even.
No.
A rocket propelled grenade.
All right,
Yes.
so Reginald will approach the party. Pardon me, captains, if I might have a moment with you as well, Major, if you wouldn't mind.
Major?
What do you need?
Major.
Major, are you
Major.
smoking a cigarette, Major?
No. Sorry, I'm here. What do you mean?
Did you guys hear that coy laugh? He was like, "No, I'm not."
Man, I could hear this. Man, I could smell the cigar from
Damn.
Anyway, my superiors have enlisted me to make a official request of you.
Let's hear it.
Well, the Metherians have had somewhat of a breakdown in our trade regulations. What was normally passable and acceptable has since become untenuous due to the current conflict.
What is untenuous?
Unattainable.
Unsustainable.
They can't.
Unsustainable.
Ah.
They can't continue.
Okay.
Sorry. He speaks like that because he's a fucking noble.
No problem. I just clarify. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Carry on.
Greetings, I am Lord
French.
Featherington. Anyway. I'm
Oh my word!
I'm quite affluent. Anyway, he will continue. And so my superiors have made the request that whilst you would hold the supply lines blocked from the Metherians, if you would allow us to take some of our more precious and unsustainable cargo in the north through the lines that you have thus provided. Specifically, this is outside of the normal purview, as we have agreed to give you military supplies. These would be mercantile supplies, strictly for profit, of course, for the SCTC. My superiors are willing to pay you a dividend of 5% of their sales. If not, these supplies would simply be left stranded in the north, which is not ideal for anyone.
I would say no problem, except that I would like you to declassify the contents of the cargo.
Very well. What would you like to know?
The contents of the cargo.
The contents of the cargo are sugars, salt, various spices, blubber, quite a bit of it in fact, as the seals of the north are quite a facet of requirement for the south. There is, of course, weapons and armor that are of a more questionable origin, those that we have recovered from various ventures. There are the Entvanti. There is also various carriages filled with silk and other such crafting components.
That's it?
Advanti armor?
I'm going to do an insight check. Is
Go
he
ahead.
missing anything out? Or what's the word for it?
It is-
Omitting anything?
Nope, he is not.
Well, I believe this guy.
Am I hired or did I just blatantly hear Advanti? Am I fucking stupid?
He did.
It did, but I'm just blowing past it because Broseph wouldn't know what that means.
He is standing there,
Brokhar wouldn't care.
staring at you,
Yeah.
waiting for your response.
Balthazar, a moment. I'm just going to pull Balthazar aside. Hey,
Yes,
so,
Sir Broseph.
you think you could negotiate a better price than 5%? Because the two things that we might be able
the
to...
occasional delivery of blood for
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah, we might also be able to argue for a...
I don't need that.
Actually, upon hearing that, Reginald will say, I have been informed by my superiors that their knowledge of your companion's particular predicament, they would like to offer a payment in blood as well, if you find that more amenable than strict gold.
Oh, good God.
You guys
Sure.
are crooked. Holy shit. I mixed this out of character, by the way.
Interested,
I'll-
and then the
I'll-
rest
listen.
is blood.
We can argue for, you can do your merchant stuff, get a higher price, and also get us a discount on buying any of those weapons or things they bring
Yes.
by, because we might be able to supply our soldiers with some, what it mint shit.
Yes, I was about to suggest a discount on purchasing any equipment.
Mm-hmm. And then, you got this. You got this. Pat him on the back.
I
Reginald will
don't
look.
need blood as payment.
Reginald will not respond to Cleveland's affirmation that he doesn't need blood as payment, and will instead look as Balthazar returns and awaits his inquiry.
Yes, I was wondering if we could possibly take a look at the equipment that is passing by to see if we ourselves can purchase it, perhaps at a discount.
Of course, you already receive a discount for the military alliance. Any further discount would be untenable, as our profit margins would not allow it. But you are, of course, welcome to inspect any of our cargo should you find it purchasable or desired in any way, especially if you think that it would be of some use to you in the war front.
Can I do a merchant's check to see if it would actually be untenable or if he's just...
Go ahead. So, could they survive? Yes. But do they want to give up any more? No.
Respect.
And the percentage that he is referring to is the 10% that you already possess.
Oh, we already percent 10%. He's given another 5 from sales.
No. 10% off of items purchased from them. The discount has already been calculated because you're allies.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so yeah.
What he was
Yeah,
referring
honestly-
to is the discount on purchased materials. He could not go any lower than that. What your merchants tell you, he certainly could, but his superiors have probably informed him not to because money and fuck you.
Respect.
Respect.
Says as he rubs his nipples.
No, not in front of you. He doesn't do that.
What kind of a check would it be to check if it would put a straining on our alliedness with them, or this would just be business? Would that be a martial?
The allied what?
Our allied, would that strain relationships if I were to push that?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you did it. Look, the SCTC are businessmen. They expect pushback. In fact, they may be insulted if you didn't even try. Or worse yet, they might consider you weak.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember who you're dealing with, guys.
Are you sure you can't go lower than that? Higher, perhaps.
To what regard, sir?
A discount, or perhaps even the sales commission.
Indeed. Do you have a proposal?
I'm gonna roll another merchant's kit to what the fuck would be the
I don't
proper-
know.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Go ahead.
Guys, save me.
Probably no more than 2% on the sales commission, and no more than 5% more on the discount.
Balthazar, if I may offer a suggestion. The SCTC are more than just the coins in their purse. I do feel like we could do this for them as an act of goodwill and have them repay us in a different situation or a different scenario. I don't think we are in desperate need of cash at the moment, and I don't think any business done in the midst of our siege would amount to much. I think in the better circumstances where demands are higher and circumstances makes it easier for both parties to get what they need, would the SCTC be able to offer us more for less?
Reginald will turn and look at Balthazar, awaiting his response.
Would it? Okay, this is like it kind of threw me out of character. I'm trying to find the words for it. So he's like for a favor, or what is Mr. Silverman?
He's saying that if you give them this deal here, then you might be able to ask for a favor or more favorable terms on something else later.
I don't, unless there's something you desperately need at the moment. Otherwise, I do not feel the need to charge them or to, pick something out of them.
It's about picking your battles.
Yeah.
I do feel like we could get more out of them in a much simpler situation, in a more amenable, circumstances, right? Right now, we're in the middle of war, in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. I'd say we take this deal on a different day. We push it on a different day, and we can get even more for this at the moment. Because understand that the inconvenience here is by circumstance and not by demand. So as long as the circumstance holds and as long as the interest holds and the circumstance is much more simpler, we could get more for our buck. I don't think now is a good time to ask of the SCTC. I say we do this as a favor.
Perhaps a rain check on our current predicament on a future business deal we could be amenable to.
We do have to rebuild Monhau, no?
That is true.
They could come in very handy at that time.
Reginald will patiently wait for your inquiry.
Would it be amenable for us to perhaps schedule a future favor of sorts instead of the discount that we will be currently getting if we would allow your supply line to run through.
Terms of favor are prospered, yes.
I think the word
Hold
he's
on.
looking for is
He will pull out a set of parchment, and he will begin writing down and annotating. The current calculation of the value of such a favor would be valued at 7,000 gold pieces in maxitude. Does that seem inedible?
How does that
Roll
compare
merge.
to
There you
the
go.
profits they'd make
Favor
giving
like
us
that is worth at
5%?
least 10,000.
Are they saving money by doing this?
Reginald will look
Well-
over to the Major. Perhaps you're right, Major. 10,000 it is, but no higher.
Roll merchant check to see if that's actually favorable.
Go ahead.
Let's go.
Well, considering that the SCTC is more powerful than you, and you are specifically asking for a favor, not the Brass Baron, it is most certainly worth it.
What if we
I
asked
think
on behalf of the
establishing a good
Baron?
relationship now is
A favor to the Baron?
prospect.
That ship has sailed.
Oh, it'd be worth it. I was.
Yes, it is a reasonable expenditure of value.
Oh, okay, thank you.
For the
I'd say
sake of
that-
our continued alliance, I think this is fair, no?
I
Sir
agree.
Brokhar, I do believe it'd be fair. That is a very good estimate of their value and ours.
Very well. We'll go through with the deal.
Very well, sirs. The SCTC thanks you for your continued patronage. He will give
Likewise.
a bow.
Wow.
All right. And as such, now you're coming to the point to where you guys will spend 3 days marshaling your forces as the archers catch up to Billy, and the SCTC moves their mercantile cargo through the area.
Ooh.
All right, I need you guys to make me perception checks and merchant roll checks. For those of you that have it trained. For merchant needs to be trained. Perception can be basic.
Alright. Blowing on my dice, let's fucking roll. I'm merching it up.
no.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Why do we have anyone? Okay. Missed opportunity to give aid.
Me and Balthazar got this.
Yeah. Navigator.
I got specialized.
Yeah, navigate this.
Okay, so this is what the party Wait, did Elias not roll?
It says.
You rolled
Yes,
best.
this is
Yeah, you rolled last.
Oh, sorry, I didn't scroll down. Sorry. My bad. Okay, so
I hope.
this is what you guys see. As the merchants come in, you can see that they are local merchants from the Endless Whites and even some from the Ice Flows. You can see that many of them carry merchants' badges that are not associated with the SCTC. Some of them do. And then, in the midst of it, there is a singular SCTC caravan. That caravan has several covered wagons. With your perception checks, you will see that each of these covered wagons are filled with several people banding manacles and chains that are marked and marred to the floor. Their expressions carry cold and downtrodden looks, and even some fear. You will also see that there are several weapons and armor as well. And eventually the marshalling encampment, with the aid of your combat engineers, a small camp has been constructed. So, what's available here is just basic equipment, with the exception of there is infernal steel here, if you would like to purchase it.
Lol. No.
Does anybody want to buy Infernal Steel?
No,
How
not
much?
Stacy. Be away from me.
Maybe.
How
You
much?
Shush.
Well, a stock of Infernal Steel will cost you 650 gold pieces.
I will have one. Thank you very much.
Very good.
I'm not going to. I'm just.
Oh, okay.
I was about to.
Okay. Ah, good. I'll take this.
Ah, good. I'll take this. My mom.
Yeah, no. If anyone takes any of that, they're going to have to see Cleveland about it.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Would you like to purchase anything else while you're here? There's plenty of crafting stocks. There's other basic weapons and armor. There's rations and food, slaves, anything you want.
Oh,
Question? Can I? Okay, I'm looking at the Infernal Steel, right?
Yep.
Can I make an
Oh,
Arcana check to see if there is sort of a how do I say this? Like a connection of sorts.
Do you have a smithing tools trained?
No, I don't. But I have
Then
Arcana trained though.
That's fine, but that's a negative on me.
Okay.
Learning the properties of a crafting piece of material for steel and weapons and armor requires the sufficient skill in the kit.
Is there exposure in that piece of metal?
No, there's not exposure. There is corruption, though.
Would Arcana be able to read that?
Your Arcana allows you to see that it has corruption.
That's it. Okay, I can't go any deeper into that. Yeah.
Negative, because you don't know the properties of the metal.
Well, unfortunate. Some other time, I guess.
Sure, 650 gold is a pretty good price.
Give
No?
me a demon flower next time. Yes.
Okay.
Give me an infernal flower next time. I'll take that.
No, I got it. It's fine. I get it. It's fine. Just-
Mm.
Let me just put this
No, it's
incredibly
fine,
rare
man.
stock filled with all sorts of power. Did you know that a weapon forged from this killed an entire city? That power could be yours. Would you like to be saddled with the deaths of thousands of innocents?
I'll think about it. Let me shave.
Alright.
Let me shave first.
Medium Billy will look at the Infernal Steel, and then
No.
he will say, I could be more efficient with this.
Silver will slap his back of his hand and say, "Nope, none of it.
Oh, jeez, all right, Captain Silver, whatever you say.
Cleveland will
Dude,
do-
I'm getting good at
will-
that, and it's fucking weird. I don't like doing it.
pretty good game,
It's like an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh in here, dude. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh my god.
Broseph will go looking through the merchant caravan to see if there's any other rare materials that might not have been as apparent.
Broseph,
He's trained.
very good. Perception check.
But I roll smithing kit.
Sure.
That's level plus proficiency.
Yeah. Other than the Infernal Steel, there doesn't seem to be any rare materials here. You will see that there are precious gold and silver bracelets all kind of stacked together. They each upon them bear markings as if they were earrings and bracelets and other such jewelry. You will see intricate designs of the native Anvanti upon them. Some of them have blood on them.
Weird.
What do you say?
Is that a part? Is that Broseph? Do you think that's a part of the art piece, or do you think that's an actual stain of blood?
Bloody jewelry's common enough. Billy, come over here.
Yes, sir, Captain Broseph. What do you
Billy.
need?
Billy,
Gosh.
which one of these do you think would look best on Janice?
Oh, why? I don't know. I don't know nothing about that.
Well, it's important to learn these things. Go on, pick.
He will pick up a bloodied bracelet, and he will start to clean it, and then we'll take a closer look at it. Maybe this one? It's got a lot of cool symbols on it. Look, there's a symbol of a serpent with wings on it. Maybe she'll like that. It looks kind of feminine.
All right then. Broseph will turn to the merchant. How much?
But I can't just buy her for this though.
No, you're not buying it. I'm buying it for you. And you can decide what you do with it.
Hold on. Billy starts shaking as he realizes what he's buying. Remember how people get married.
Buying a wedding ring.
Well, bracelet, but
No.
Yes. Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I forgot about the bracelet.
You forgot about it.
Maybe a pair of earrings or a necklace.
Bro, you're setting him up for some fucking shit. Dude.
I mean, Billy, how do you like Janice?
Whoa! He runs away.
No, Billy.
He can't handle
Maybe
that.
one day.
I would like to grab Billy and prevent him from running away.
All right, well, he doesn't stop because you're big, strong, and trustworthy Uncle Broseph that wouldn't lead him astray.
It couldn't possibly. All right, Billy, do you like Janice?
I mean, yes.
All right. How about this? How about I buy this bracelet, and I give it to you, and you decide what you want to do with it, and when you want to do that.
But I mean, I just met her. I mean, I don't really know her that well. What if something happens? Do you think she's even into? I don't know.
Well, maybe you should get to know her better.
You think that she'd even talk to me? Because she seems like business all the time.
I think she was very impressed by your bold suggestion in the commander's tent.
God damn it, roll persuasion, you fucking...
Persuasion, that's a deception.
Yeah, no, not to Billy, it's not. Not to Billy, it's not.
Take my fucking inspiration. Why goddamn now? Take my inspiration,
Oh,
goddamn.
God. Alright.
Blowing his dice. Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You think so? Really? You think so?
I think it's worth a chat or two.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to her.
All right. And then Broseph will go ahead and buy the bracelet and leave it in Billy's care.
It's like 5 gold.
Okay, yeah.
thank God.
Perception check, Broseph.
Actually, yeah, is it a fake? That's a good question.
Yes, roll perception.
Bro, there's gonna be a slave looking at that bitch and it's gonna be like, that's mine.
Okay, let me perception.
That was my mom's.
Oh, you got ahead of me there, but Broseph, you will know that one of the Avanti in the nearby carriage is looking at the bracelet. There are tears glistening in his eyes.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
What's wrong with that guy? Is he okay?
Damn.
I remember when you taught me about prisoners of war. They're not gonna hurt them, are they?
We don't know, Billy.
Well, I hope they're gonna be okay. Maybe this war will end soon.
And Broseph will take a look and see if there's any other bracelets.
There's another one. But now the Avanti are out of sight. They can't see you anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'll buy the other bracelet and swap Billy's instead. Billy,
Alright.
I think the man you saw might appreciate this. And I'll motion to the bracelet.
Oh, do you want me to give it to him?
I think it was his originally, yeah. I think he might like having it back.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll go give it to him.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll make him smile.
Maybe.
Dude, I'm losing my shit doing this.
I'm so fucking sorry, dude. I got hit in you.
Alright, well, so you give him 2 bracelets?
Yeah.
Alright, he'll take the one for the man and run off after the cart. And from your position, Broseph, you will see Billy run down to the cart and request the SCTC to stop. And then you will see the man step down. Just see one of the ladies in here you like, boy? Don't worry. It won't cost much for a quick... Oh, no, not that, sir. I just wanted... Here you go. And one of the random Avanti his eyes will open wide as a gold bracelet is placed in his hands. The one that once belonged to his wife. And then you will see the SETC officer go, "Now right there, son." And he will take the bracelet from the slave's hands. "We don't go giving them nothing. This is SETC property." "But I bought it, sir." "Oh, really? And I'm supposed to just take that from some random..." "I am not some random, sir. I am a captain of the Brass Barons Mercenary Company. Give me the bracelet." The SETC will wilt from the sudden drop in this rugged man's voice. And he will give the bracelet back over as Billy puts it back in the slave's hands.
Yeah, kick his ass!
Kill him! Kill him from the fucking across the ocean. Alright, and then Billy, satisfied with himself and completely oblivious to what's actually happening, will kind of stride forward confidently as he goes to find Elias.
But I thought it was Janice, not Elias. What?
Elias and Brokhar, I would presume, are probably somewhere talking about huswife
I
stuff.
think Brokhar is haggling with a slave merchant.
That's what he put in chat.
Oh, is that what he said? Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
That
my
is.
God.
They want to interrupt you.
Where are you, Elias?
I'm probably off training.
Just off
The
training.
staff is cool.
All right, off training on a mountain while Ricky totally watches and gives you small claps. You will see that Billy will approach. Mr. Elias.
Ugh. Still getting used to that. Yeah, Bill?
Who the fuck was that? Sorry. I was wondering if I could ask you for some advice. I wanted to talk to Janice, about more than war stuff. And you're the only one with a successful relationship that I've seen. And well, can you make me look nice?
Oh, you want to get gussied up now?
I don't know what that means, but yeah, I guess.
Nah, I understand, boy. Come on. Come on over this way.
Alright, Billy will follow Elias and go get gussied up.
We'll get you a nice
He's a
shave.
bit of a gat.
This one never fails.
These pants really accentuate your giat, Billy.
Alright, Billy, let's take a look. You really turned to a rugged looking old man here. Alright.
Now, Billy, you gotta understand, don't matter who you are, everyone likes a good gap.
I don't know what that means. What's a gap, Elias?
It means your tookish gotta look good.
What does tookish mean?
Boy.
There's something that turns into a warehouse.
Is that a Caucasian word?
I guess so must got lost in translation. Let's give him a slap on the shoulder. He'll figure it out. Anyway.
Alright.
Put this on, and this, and this, and this.
Oh my god. We're gonna solve this. Alright, Elias gives
It's
Billy
a moisturizer.
some moisturizer, clean this man's fucking bum fluff off his fucking chin.
You just go through Cleavland, speak on gray supplies.
Let's go put some cream on there. Right there. Okay. Alright. Billy's looking real nice. Is it done?
Yeah, I think so.
He'll look down at a nearby barrel of water. Wow. I look so different. What's this black stuff you put around my eyes?
It's so misunderstood.
Day Parade starts playing in the distance.
Let's make your eyes pop.
Oh, okay. And what's this? As he points to his mewed jawline that you accentuated.
Does he run a finger along his jawline?
He does.
He hears voices in his head.
We need art of mewing, Billy.
All right, and then he'll go. Wow, I feel confident. Do you think she'll like me too?
No, well, no.
What? That's the.
As you pause and kind of mull over the question, he starts getting nervous.
Don't get me wrong. It's just, these things are touch and go, hit or miss. And
I just
don't expect her to be all over you, you know?
Well, I don't know what to expect.
Damn.
But I know what I want. I want something like what you and Major Brokhar have. You love each other so much, and I just want someone to look at me like that one day.
There's someone out there for you. Just, it might be Janice. It might not.
Okay, Mr. Elias.
Either way, I'll be here for you.
I think I'm ready.
Give it your best go, boy.
Alright, and he will walk down the hill doing the special walk that Elias taught him as he shakes his hips back and forth.
Oh god.
You guys know the man walk that Mulan does in Mulan? She just does that.
Okay.
Alright, Billy, in front of each of you. So each of you are just serendipitously pinpointed throughout the camp that you get to see Billy march with intense aura and purpose across the center of the camp. As Brokhar discusses the prices of nearby slaves, and Cleavland does weird vampire stuff, you guys will see him approach Janice. Janice will look up.
No way.
Her cheeks slightly flushed. Her eyes drawn to the hued lines of his chin. And the pop of his eyes as Billy looks down, taller than she remembers. And he will simply hold up a flower and say, I was wondering if you might go on a walk with me. Janice looks down at the flower, back up to Billy, opens her mouth, and says something that we'll find out next time.
No shot. It's time already.
This is 29! It's 10:29!
You will have to find out next time in Act 4. As your plan has been set into motion, I must now prepare for the assault. And also, what will Janice say to Billy's affections?
Will Brokhar buy a slave?
Yeah, will Brokhar buy a slave? I hope
The real
not.
question is, will he eat them?
That's also a concern that I have.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know.
Hey, now I get first dibs.
Oh my god, man.
So, Brokhar, you want to go
remember
on
that
50-50?
conversation, Elias, that Billy and you had about, are we bad guys? Well, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we need 2 weeks to prepare for the upcoming PvP anyways.
No one's perfect.
No one's perfect.
And
You don't know what I'm
no one's
haggling for
perfect,
yet.
you know.
You don't know what I'm
The man-
for.
Poland's perfect, Billy.
I just...
When a man and a man hate each other very much.
Love your fellow man,
Man,
but not your
idiots, but
fellow
they're very
man's
much.
actions.
when a man hates anything really enough. Yeah, that's so fucking great. All right, so
Man.
yeah, so now that everybody has locked in what their plan is, we can do the rolls, we can do the setup. Marshalling's been done, we can do the scouting. But now that I know what the plan is that you guys have, I can set up for that and write everything for the next act. Yeah, I'm fucking excited, man.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We bombing this place.
Yeah. You guys chose grenade.
Billy
Okay, we
decides
bomb.
our campaign.
Yes.
My favorite part was there was this, like, Billy was just like, we could just run in there, blow it up, and just beat them all to death, you know? surprise and overwhelming force. That's what you guys have done and taught me.
And
then there was this deep silence. And then it was like, yeah, actually, you know, that's true. That's exactly what we've done every time.
Right, we you know,
we normally, sneak to the end first. Which is now we're actually doing his plan more in our style.
And Janice is just watching this, her mouth open, like, what?
It's like, oh yeah, we do that. That is our specialty.
Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just kill everyone. That's brilliant. Alrighty, guys.
Insanity.
That is going to be. That's it, pretty much. Let me go ahead and start wrapping up some stuff here. Let's see if we got any fan art.
But you're not leveling?
A couple of memes.
Leveling? Huh?
Leveling?
Yeah.
You didn't mention.
Yeah.
Now or next
week? We can level now. Yeah. I mean, we don't have any. I don't have
And-
anything for you next week, so we can just level now. It's fine. I mean, I was just gonna do it start of act, but if you want to do it now, we can. It's not a problem. Okay,
Yeah, let's do it now.
Alrighty, no problem. Let me get all this open then. Where did I last leave you? Let's see.
On the winter map or whatever when we were interrogating the guy.
Okay, let me get you guys lined up.
Oh my god, the interrogation was awful.
Indeed.
Okay.
We had an assault before.
Should we just started out killing him and then resurrecting him just to let him know we mean business?
Killed him. Revivify.
Yeah, hit him with the Stockholm syndrome.
With the Stockholm syndrome.
All right, let's go ahead and get you guys leveled up. As your journey across the mountains, you begin to review and reflect on all that you've done, all that you've conquered. Your bodies grow stronger and your minds grow sharper. It's time for level 8.
Does Billy get to level up as well?
Yep, Billy gets to hit level 5. No, level 6.
No, 6.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
hit him.
yeah.
Billy go first. I want to know what his subclass is.
You want Billy to go first?
Yes, Billy go first. We want to know his prestige class.
We want to know his class.
Okay. You guys really want Billy to go first? I can do that for you.
Thank you.
I'm betting
You're
Chosen.
Billy.
Billy's the chosen one.
Billy.
Imagine he goes chosen.
He is the chosen one.
Imagine.
Story strike with a fucking crossbow.
Man. He's the chosen one, man.
Billy's legend
the main character was
grows.
Billy all along.
Yeah, the main character of our campaign is Billy.
It is me.
We all just
I
professional side.
am Billy.
Aren't you so happy we got Billy instead of an alcoholic dwarf?
Absolutely. Who the idea was that to get the alcoholic dwarf?
Probably some racist.
What
Right.
the heck?
Medium Billy. I will look at him. He's
Bro,
all
his
grown
hair.
up.
His hair. Bro, I see all the little icons for our names.
All right, here we
But
go.
we got him.
Let me put him on display.
He was level 0 when we got him.
It is now time. All right, let me actually go look up his progression tree, see where he ended up.
He ended up perfect.
I feel like he's just going to be a veteran mercenary. That'll be disappointing.
He's got options. There's
Do not say that in front of Billy.
There's Brass Vanguard. There's there's
Man,
Wandering
because
Warrior.
veteran mercenary is
That's
so
unlikely
basic.
given the
Holy shit.
armor. There's Mana Lord.
If he becomes a
Manalord.
fucking Mana Lord.
There's Outlaw.
Man, that'll be crazy.
And there's Battle Herald.
I'll be so disappointed in him.
Outlaw is better. Like,
Outlaws,
sorry, it's better
Outlaws are
thematically.
nine.
Man, we should
If
kick
you
off
pick a
the
magic
session with taking on the bag of hatred finally.
Uh,
2 levels. Since
I don't think that's a right now thing. But yeah,
We'll find a time for it.
we'll
What's
find out.
starting the
In our
level?
next... Come again? When we find time in our next downtime, we'll do the fight. Yeah, not now. Yeah. I want to do the fight as well. I would love a bag of holding. Fine.
Would you now? How many bombs would you put in?
So much, bro. I could just empty the entire bag and block the entire country.
Obviously, 500 pounds worth of bombs. That's what's going on.
X.
He
I'm
could
gonna
be
just kill it with bombs.
He is from the Broken Oaks, kind of, so it could be a Black Steps Ranger.
Do not influence the choice. I want it to be authentic. I will accept whatever he goes
I'm
for.
sure Arcadum's got this.
Yeah. It's just interesting.
Really? I just want you to know that whatever you pick, I'm all for it. Unless it's a magic class.
Unless
Then
it's
we have
veteran
to-
mercenary. Oh, okay.
And veteran mercenary. Then you're basic.
He's gonna say that right in front of Hyghpriest.
I mean, it is. I mean, I'm sure Hyghpriest agrees with me. Okay.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. Calculating your raising. All right. So it's between two. I got to roll.
What does it do?
The 2 prestige classes based off of all that you have taught Medium Billy is between Bowslinger and Errant Knight.
God.
Oh!
Please be Errant Knight. Please be Errant Knight. Oh,
Please.
Please be Errant Knight. Please.
Can we Traveler augment this?
Negative.
No, fuck off.
Eat
I
shit.
think the Traveler souls are speaking.
Yes,
Oh,
they're
man.
saying you shut up, Kiniz.
Okay, here we go. 1 is Bowslinger, and 2 is Errant Knight.
Oh,
Closing my eyes.
Errant
Fuck.
Knight.
Let's go!
Billy has chosen.
Billy is a piece of shit right now.
Oh my god.
What does Errant Knight do, Billy?
Wow, geez, let me explain. Don't worry, I'll explain. Okay, so Errant Knight gives him Pragmatism, Declare Liege, Shifting Allegiances, and Martial Progression. Man. So, Pragmatism says the following. Whenever you would attack an enemy, if that enemy is outnumbered, more enemies adjacent to it than allies, you deal additional damage to that enemy with your weapon equal to the combined total of your allies adjacent to that creature. If that enemy would be prone, you deal additional damage equal to half your character level. If that enemy is below half of its hit points, you deal additional damage equal to your constitution score. If you have the Way of the Warrior class feature, whenever you would deal 8 or more bonus damage with the above effects, the attack counts as a critical hit for all game mechanic purposes, except it does not actually do more damage due to being a critical hit. Other damage modifications can still apply. Actually, that's supposed to be character. That's supposed to be Constitution modifier, not score. Declare Liege.
Yeah.
You can, as a bonus action, declare an ally you can see within 30 feet. That ally becomes your Liege Lord. While adjacent to your Liege Lord, you share your Battle Hardened bonus with them. This reduces their damage taken as per the Battle Hardened rules. If they possess this feature, it stacks with theirs. While adjacent to your Liege Lord, you deal an additional amount of damage equal to your Liege Lord's character level. The Liege Lord also takes this damage as well, and it cannot be redirected or mitigated in any way. And finally, Shifting Allegiances. Whenever you would choose a new Liege Lord, enemies gain advantage on attacks against you for 1 round. Your new Liege Lord is healed by half of the damage dealt. Half of the damage you dealt to the previous Liege Lord. So basically, he can deal damage to people to deal extra damage, and then when he switches Liege Lord, he heals that Liege Lord for the amount of damage he dealt. Oh boy. And then
Awesome.
finally, Martial Progression gives him an additional fighting style.
Which you would get.
Probably gonna give him a commanding presence.
Ooh.
Free movement.
Additional fighting
no,
style,
fighting
not advanced
style.
fighting
That's-
style.
Not advanced. That's
So like
additional.
volley
The
strike defense.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
two-weapon
sorry.
fighting.
Yeah, oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what I was planning on getting
Next
when he
level.
gets it. But
Go pick.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's probably gonna be 2-weapon fighting.
So what does he have
Let's
before that?
fucking go.
Like, what's his first fighting style?
Volley.
Yeah, it's
Or
first.
You got volley
puncturing.
first? Okay.
Was it volley or puncturing?
Nice.
It's puncture. It's the
Crossbow.
one. It's the one for crossbows. Yeah.
Okay. Very nice.
Okay. Let me see.
Very nice.
Declare liege. And 15. Okay. Good job, Billy.
Mission
You're
mission
looking
accomplished.
great.
I have made him a piece of shit. Wonderful.
Okay.
He's now a piece of shit person. Excellent. All according to
Billy,
Kikaku.
who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Billy.
Well, it was
would've been
between
first knight.
Bowslinger and Erudite.
Both
Okay.
have been cool. Every night. Yeah.
Errant Knight has been selected.
Errant Knight.
Excellent. All right, so Billy has went first. Now we'll go Mr. Silver. Mr. Silver!
Yeah.
Do it to the 3rd level of Weeping Blade. Please roll 1d8. Minimum of 5, please.
8, 5. 4. I rolled a 7.
7.
How many times have you rolled min on your HP as Rogue Silver?
All right,
Never.
Silver. This level, you gain Obfuscation. Would you like to explain to the good people what that does?
Obfuscation. One moment. Let me get it pulled up real quick. Weeping Blade. Obfuscation. Whenever you will make a stealth check, if you defeat a creature's perception by 10 or more, they are considered unaware of you while you are hiding, allowing you to trigger game mechanics that rely on such things. In addition, whenever an enemy would make a perception check against you, that check is made at disadvantage.
Okay, and what feats would you like as you have advanced down the mundane tree?
Give me Grenadier for mundane, and give me Amateur Warrior for general. Into throwing weapon fighting. Is it throwing weapon fighting? Thrown
What's the
weapon
goal?
fighting. Yes.
Thrown weapon fighting. All right,
Yes.
well done, Mr. Silver.
Yes.
Next up is Balthazar. Please roll for me 1d10, minimum of 6.
Damn it.
All right, this level you gain second skin. Would you like to explain to the good people what second skin does?
Why, yes, I would. Second skin. While wearing heavy armor, you ignore the penalty to stealth and swim checks. If you gain the equivalent of this ability from another source, such as property or trick, you instead have advantage on those skill checks. In addition, if you have Way of the Warrior class feature, increase the AR of your armor by an amount equal to your dexterity modifier.
Insane.
In the membrane.
It also
All right, and what
is
mundane and what feats are you going to choose this level?
I shall choose for mundane. I'm going to choose a faction feat, Pride and Prejudice. Let me see if that's the right one. Yep, Pride and Prejudice. For each 1,000 gold pieces of wealth you have in your inventory, you gain a +1 to your saving throws, maximum of character level. Wealth of your arms and armaments do not count to this calculation. And for my general feat, I will put ASIs into +1 into strength and +1 into dex.
Not letting me change those.
Oh, it's because of probably, hold on, let me unequip the belt. I tried to do that last time when fixing my stuff from Serpent's Tenacity. Let me
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Fixing it.
All right.
18. Oh, something else got in the way. Something's affecting Dex. Oh, you're on Geisha. I gotta turn that off for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Fixed. You can turn those things back on.
All right.
Say, just out of curiosity, what is Billy's alignment at this time?
Billy is chaotic good.
Chaotic.
Hell yeah, the martyr.
He's seen some pretty chaotic shit with you guys.
We've desensitized him.
Thankfully, Elias has still kept him on the straight and narrow for the most part. All right, next up is Brokhar Boneshiver.
Keep trying to change that to Dufresne, but still have those issues where I can't change anything on my character sheet.
All right, I'll see if I can fix it. Roll me 1d10, minimum of 6.
Dang.
6 it is. All right, this level you get over and under. Would you like to explain that to the good people?
Yeah. I gain the benefits of the Blur spell as a supernatural ability for 1 round whenever I make the dash action. If the dash action is used as an action, you may also allow an ally within 20 feet of any point of your movement to also be able to move their movement as a triggered action. They gain the benefits of Blur for 1 round.
Excellent. And what feats will you be taking this level?
I think I only get 1, right? Or am I missing 1?
You get your general, and then you get whatever navigator gives you if you progressed your thing enough.
So you get a general and a wanderer.
Yeah, you could choose
everything.
What's up?
I'm sorry, my screen's just freezing, so I can't move around. I'll have to.
You don't have to pick now. You just let me know. Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
Joe?
WorkinJoe?
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Yeah.
We're here now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you don't know now.
Choose general separately. Yeah, I'll have to choose that separately because I didn't think I got that. But I'll be taking mobility.
Mobility, he says. Ooh.
Everything is crashing on my computer.
Oh,
Everything
no.
is crashing and just shutting down. I don't know what's happening.
It's okay. Broseph!
Wah. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. That was 1d20.
What the fuck?
Force of habit!
Force of habit, what?
To roll 1d20? Yeah, I deserve that.
Fair enough, I guess.
That's fuck. Alright, this level you get Incredible Charge. Would you like to tell the good people what that does?
I'm Brass Vanguard, not chosen.
Huh? Oh, your entire character sheet says chosen to me. Did you not change it?
I changed the features, but not the
Yeah, you didn't change the feature tracker.
I didn't know I could do that. Ooh. I will do that later, and not now.
Yeah, okay. Well, just tell the people what you get this level instead.
Yeah, I get Tower of Marble and Brass, which everyone's gonna hate. At the start of your turn, you may spend 250 gold. If you do, increase the DC of spells you hardcast or critical threshold of your weapon by 1. You can repeat this effect up to a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier. These effects last for 1 round, meaning I can spend 250 gold to increase my crit threshold by 1 for 1 round, up to 1,000 gold to crit on a 15? Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
Expensive.
If I want to burn 1,000 gold a turn.
Yeah, just keep that dragon's pride in check.
Yeah.
Just don't remind him.
Just don't.
No, I'm tracking. I'm tracking
Next
Dragon's
up
Pride.
is Elias.
Oh, and I'm taking
It's
Pride
your
Prejudice
boy.
and a +2 strength for feet.
Oh. Well, you can make those changes yourself. I don't want to fuck with your
Yeah.
token right now.
That's fine.
Yeah, baby.
Woo!
Hey,
Oh,
that's
fat.
That's what we like to see.
Hey.
All
Hey,
right,
get a good
Elias.
buzz going.
Hey, Elias, would you like to explain to everybody what your ability, a good buzz going, does?
I'm a raging, violent alcoholic. Whenever an enemy hits me, I can attack them with my battle mug as a triggered action. If this attack hits and deals damage, you deal additional damage equal to the heft of the weapon that struck you. If you're a monk, you may use an unarmed strike instead. If you do, you add half the damage you took or the heft of the weapon, whichever is higher.
Nice. All right, and what feats did you choose this level?
Also, I'm doing this.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on, let me zoom in. All right, I don't have the portrait of that, but here, look at that. There he is. Look at him. Whoa.
Whoa.
Is that your new hybrid form?
Yep.
Oh my god. It's so much, dude.
Is that the Tiger of Twist River?
Is that the
Hang on.
Tiger of Twist River?
When we say crouching
it's-
tiger, we
it's
don't
a
mean
tiger,
that
twist
much
river.
crouching.
And we also got this one.
God.
Oh, the full
Oh, he's
version.
full
The full tiger. Oh,
warrior cat's ass motherfucker.
Meow.
Oh my god.
Oh
Could-
my.
Could I please have the feats that you can choose while you're showing off
No.
your bot?
Look at it.
No.
Look at it. This is token so big.
No, look at it. Look at my glistening muscles.
Should I be funny, Nara? Should I do the funny thing?
Do whatever sparks joy.
Yeah?
Yeah, just go. I don't think you can make a bad choice at this point.
Yeah, okay. I forget, can you use your general feat on a class feat?
No, not on a class feat.
Damn. Does... whatchamacallit? Journeyman Specialist, the equipment expertise, can you put that on a weapon?
Yeah.
Then I'll take that and put it on my quarterstaff.
Okay.
And I guess I'll put the physical attribute from it into con.
Excellent.
And then I'll use my martial feat on, I can't take flames in my hands.
Oh shit, yeah, dude.
The false fire from the alcoholic.
Let's go.
I had the revelation that the best thematic way to keep my Way of the Sun in some way is to shoot fucking fire.
Very good. I approve completely.
Hadouken, Hadouken.
Hadouken. You're
PK
just
fire,
Hadouken.
PK fire, PK fire.
You should call that Hadouken spam. Just Hadouken.
Yeah, exactly. Hadouken spam. Tatsumaki Senpu.
All right, Cleavland.
Yes.
It is your turn. I know much Cleveland Downs, and I'm proud to be right back in my hometown. Where my new
This is why
family.
we level up now.
Okay,
What
tell
the
me your magic feats, please.
For my advanced magic feat, I'm going to be taking Greater Divine Apotheosis.
Okay.
And for the general feat, I'm going to be taking Journeyman Specialist, putting the +1 into Constitution, and using it to gain the Mastery of Splint. And to go over what those do,
Journeyman.
Journeyman Specialist.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, because I already had Amateur. And just read off what those do. Create Divine Apotheosis. Whenever I would gain exposure, reduce the amount of exposure I would gain by 1 by an additional amount. This ability can be active a total number of times equal to my character level per long rest, and my apotheosis lasts 1 minute instead of 3 rounds when it is triggered. Additionally, whenever I would reach 15 exposure, I gain a ley line form, chosen when I first entered this state. And for the Splint Mastery, which I now have, I have Withstand. While wearing this armor, you ignore the first critical hit you receive in a combat. Yay.
Soon.
All right, at 8th level, at Crewmancer, you give Sanguine Font. I'll type that up for you.
Yes, this is why we level up now.
Josh.
You know, I might just take Amateur Specialist and finally get the trick for Masterwork Camping Kit.
Go for it. The world is your oyster.
I'm doing. Yeah, I can camp real good, guys.
Yeah, boss.
Just give me a second.
Yeah. Oh. Hold on, what would the chicken camp kit give you? Oh, it gives you that.
It's like immunity from weather effects.
Yeah, the one that
Mm-hmm.
I had taken for a trip
The one
to the
that we
north.
could have used forever ago.
Well, no, I had that during the trip to the
We've got it
north.
now. Who had that?
I had
You
that.
didn't have that.
I had that,
You
yeah.
had that. You absolutely had that.
I had that, and then I retrained out of it because I retrained out of everything.
Oh, I was going to say, if you've
I
got
didn't
it,
take
now, I
silence.
might as well just not take it.
Yeah, no, I had it. We just stopped needing it. I
Yes,
took it
and
for the
whenever you
party.
don't need a feed slot, you immediately train out of it.
Yes.
You think that might be a waste then? I might just go ASI.
I think you should go.
I don't think it's going to be a waste.
I think you should go ASI, personally. But
Don't listen to the min-maxers. ASIs are cringe, and for people who don't want to decide and all
consume
that about
excrement.
what they want to do with their
Fucking
general.
vampire. Talk about min-maxing ass bitch.
I don't see a single ASI in my build.
I don't see a heartbeat either.
I don't see a face in your build.
I don't see who asked. I love you guys.
Or I might be cheeky and just get Amateur Explorer and then get proficiency in sleight of hand.
Explorer.
I don't think
insist
you
that
can
must
get
not
Amateur
have Wanderer,
Explorer.
Why not?
Yeah? It is a
Hold
wanderer.
on. I am a wanderer. Dang it.
Yeah, you are a wanderer.
Yeah,
I'm a wanderer.
which is why
Around.
which is why you get
You know, I
Amateur
have a
Specialist and get the equipment trick in the camping kit.
I have a feeling
Yeah,
you're going to be
don't
Billy
do that.
Sleeve.
All right, here we
I'll
go.
be the specialist.
Oh.
And the
Alright, 8th level Crewmancer gets Sanguine Font. Bleed damage triggers at the start of the turn for bleed damage you deal to enemies while they are in the dying state. Whenever you would kill an enemy within 10 feet, you may also do one of the following. Heal yourself hit points equal to your character level. Cast a blood spell up to a spell level equal to your proficiency modifier. Reduce your exposure by an amount equal to the enemy's constitution modifier. Or restore a lost spell slot. If an enemy died from bleed damage you controlled, you may instead activate 2 of the above effects instead.
Oh,
That's a
You get 2 spell
crazy
slots, like do it
change.
twice.
wait,
Well, no,
yeah,
he can.
so
He
to
can
activate 2 of the above means that I can't stack one option. I have to choose 2 of them. 2 different ones.
you can cast a 4th level in. Ooh. You can combo
This
that.
ability only triggers once per round.
Does that include defeated? So if an enemy falls down and starts
No,
bleeding
defeated
out?
is not killed.
It's
Okay.
died.
It has to die. So to get 2, an enemy has to die from his bleed, because his bleed triggers at the start of a dying creature's turn.
Oh gosh, why don't we have a fucking revenge in the party?
Yeah, why
Man.
don't we have one?
I miss you, Fabio. gosh.
Alrighty, there we go. You guys are level.
That's all of us. Woo!
I should also send this to.
Good times, man.
Yeah, Arcadum, I'll take the amateur specialist.
Amateur specialist?
Trick in Masterwork Camping.
Okay. Let me
I guess
grab
I'll
that
put
for
my
you.
+1 into Dex.
Amateur specialist, +1 into Dex. Okay. Leveling done.
Yeah.
Alrighty, brass tacks. That's going to be it for you for Act 3.
Yay.
We're going to pick things up in Act 4. I'll see all you fine gentlemen later. I'll see you there. Let me see if we got any fan art.
I think we got a few memes.
Siv, you want to post your battle? Battle?
Hey, you want to show
Doodle.
off your meat?
What?
Your battle doodle?
The battle.
Hi,
dude,
chat.
he says.
Oh, that pe? No.
Alright.
No one needs to see that trash.
That trash is only for you guys.
You crazy?
Okay, let's see.
Trying to do the math on my focus. Not adding up.
Janice to Billy. But that's really dumb. But he's so cool.
But that's so dumb.
No, you can't just run in and bomb the place. I really do have a lot of cool uncles, don't I? Alrighty, guys. That's all she wrote. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I will see all you fine folk. Well, in Act 4 for those here. Bye-bye, everybody.
Stop, Arcadum.
Bye-bye.
Please.
Bye.